What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. Going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we will be getting things started. Now, President Trump was supposed to be signing executive orders at 1 p.m. Eastern time today, but once again, there was no live, there's no video out there yet, and I don't know why these executive orders are being signed secretly. Now, I don't think that's actually what's going on, but that's what it's going to look like to the normies. So they need to figure out their shit at the White House. I don't know what's going on with all of that. But either way, we're going to be starting off with a nice fear-mongering video selling fear to the normies. It's titled, We Will Eventually Have a Bird Flu Pandemic, says former CDC Director. Now, like I said, it's fear-mongering, it's propaganda. It's what it is. We're just paying attention to it to see what they're telling the normies, so the next time you go to Walmart, you'll understand why everyone's got a trash bag over their head. It's because of stupid shit like that. Then we got a video titled Suck It Up. Former UPenn swimmer sues Ivy League and the NCAA over Leah Thomas. Leah Thomas is a shapeshifter who won a bunch of medals and a bunch of other stuff. And so now these female athletes are fighting back. Now that President Trump has established that there is legally only two genders. And so they're starting up with the lawsuits, which is good stuff. Good stuff. Those people should not have been wronged in their sport and, well, infringement on their bathrooms and locker rooms and everything else. Then we got a video titled, You Will Be Prosecuted. AG Pam Bondi threatens legal action against ICE leaks. Now, apparently there's somebody out there in the industry or whatever that's a part of what they're doing, and they're leaking these ICE plans and trying to help out border crossers. So Pam Bondi says she's going to put a stop to it. Hopefully they do. Everybody was outraged when the leak happened for Roe vs. Wade. They never figured out who did that, and they swept that under the rug. You don't ever hear them talking about the leaker and any justice with that. So hopefully Pam Bondi will actually figure out who's leaking these ICE raid details. Then we have an interesting video that was brought to my attention, but for some reason is not making news. It's titled, 100,000 eggs have been stolen from the back of a truck at a farm. Now that sounds really crazy, but it's $40,000 in eggs were stolen from a distributor. And they're too busy telling everyone about the bird flu and not really raising awareness to this heist, this egg heist that happened. Then we got a video titled, Trump shares his message to nations dependent on the USAID. I believe this is President Trump on Air Force One. He was on his way to the Super Bowl, where he was hanging out yesterday for a little bit. And they had a little press gaggle on Air Force One, and I guess that's kind of unheard of. The video coming up next is titled, it's a Peter Doocy video. It's titled, This is Very Unusual. They talk about that press gaggle on Air Force One and how that hasn't happened since the last time President Trump was in office, and that nobody else does that. In that Peter Doocy video, they're going to talk about what I just mentioned, but then they will also be talking about how Elon has been stating that they found out that FEMA broke the law. FEMA just gave a bunch of money to five-star hotels for border crossers last week. So that means during Trump's administration, FEMA was pretending that it was still the Biden administration. Elon is flat out saying that FEMA broke the law. They also talk about President Trump being at the Super Bowl. And then we got a couple of videos from the Super Bowl. First one's titled, President Trump meets with the family members of the New Orleans terror attack. That was at the Super Bowl. And then this last one is also from the Super Bowl. It's titled, Guy Waves a Palestine and I don't know what this word is. Sudanese? I don't know what it is. Some foreign country flags during Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. I haven't heard anybody say anything good about the halftime show. I guess it sucked, but it is what it is. Then the last little bit of the news is titled, Democrats Ready to Shut Down the Government If Trump Continues to Dismantle Agencies. Man, that's something else. Anytime they can't budget anything, they tell you, oh, you're going to lose your food stamps. Oh, you're going to lose your benefits. Oh, you're going to lose this, that, and the other. So don't pray for a government shutdown. But as soon as the Democrats don't get their way, they're like, oh, we're going to shut the government down. I'm like, yeah, that sounds just like Democrats. Then we got an unboxing we're going to do. It looks like Claus Daniels got some birthday presents in the mail, so we're going to be doing an unboxing. Then, of course, we got our two funny videos of the day. First one's titled, A Good Boy Doing a Good Job. And then our official funny video of the day is titled Slanging Them Eggs. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see how you hooligans are doing on this manic Monday. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, Jay Spray? What's up, Mindy? What's up, Matt Rogers? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Zero? What's up, U-Hill? What's up, Damsel? What's up, Russell? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Josh1776? And what's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. What is up, everyone over on Rumble? Appeal to Heaven, you were first today. And I appreciate you racing to the chat. Appeal to Heaven. U-Hill, appreciate you. You're omnipresent. Let's see here. What's up, Elisa? Happy freedom to you. Scrolling through. Russell, you are omnipresent. Appreciate you. Let me see. You guys are waiting on me. What's up, Rappy? Oh, yeah, we were having technical problems with the website. I got it fixed, but there's something wrong with our player. I'll have to deal with that after the live. Either way, what's up, Puff and Stuff? What's up, Rappy? If I can get you all ready. What's up, Sage Pup? Happy freedom. What's up, No Ad? Happy freedom to you. Let me see, you're scrolling through. What's up, Stoner? Happy freedom. What's up, Mary Todd? Appreciate you being with us. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom to you. Thank you so much, Jeffro, for joining the membership program over on Rumble. Welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you, Jeffro. Thank you so much. Let's see here. What's up, Gron? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom. What's up, Resident Alien? Appreciate you being with us. What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Bobby? Happy freedom to you. You stole the eggs? I wasn't even going to suspect that. What's up, Cricket Kiss? Happy freedom. What's up, Neighbor Guy? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Nana? Happy freedom. Appreciate you being here with us. I think we got everybody. What's up, Mr. B New? And what's up, Too Old to Care? Appreciate you, hooligans, and happy freedom to you. Now hit that thumbs up over on Rumble. See if you can get us on the front page. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Neighbor Guy, you are omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, everyone over on Twitch? Matt Rogers, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Tony Rich? What's up, C1? Neighbor Guy, you are truly omnipresent. Happy freedom, you hooligans over on Twitch. Appreciate all of you guys being here. And what is up, everyone over on the communism platform? Toy Mafia, you were first over here. Matt Rogers, you're truly omnipresent. Russell, you are truly omnipresent. Neighbor Guy, you guys are the best. What's up, Miss Jamie? Happy freedom to you. Sage Pup, you're omnipresent. What's up, Paw Paw? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Eco? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Cinderella? Holy, is that really what the chat's doing? Freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Eco? This will be the smallest chat I've ever read on YouTube. It is. What? 84 people here. They're just a little shy to talk. That's okay. That's okay. I'll do all the talking. Don't you worry. What's up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom to you. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into things. Like I said, this first one's titled, We Will Eventually Have a Bird Flu Pandemic, says the former CDC Director. Now, of course, they're selling fear. This isn't really news. This is more like figure out what they're lying to the normies about, so the next time you go out in public, you can understand why people are behaving the way they're behaving. Now, like I said, they're out here slinging that fear. They're going to talk about how the virus is learning to go from mammal to mammal, and that's when we're going to go into pandemic conditions. Just yapping their faces off. So I figure we'll start off with some propaganda, something to laugh at. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we have these MAGA hooligan t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in the chat for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, dog tags, and we even made cooking aprons in this design. So I will be posting the link to the merch store in all of the chats while we're watching this first video.
Top of the hour, and so the ongoing bird flu epidemic poses really a serious threat, not just to agriculture, but also to public health and the economy. As you know, egg prices, a household essential, just skyrocketing and really going up and down, fluctuating. Even more alarming, the virus has begun to infect humans, with 67 cases reported in the U.S. and the first human death recorded last week. Experts warn that if the virus evolves to spread between people, it could trigger another global pandemic.
For more on the bird flu epidemic, let's welcome in former CDC Director and Senior Fellow for Biosecurity and Public Health Policy at the Heritage Foundation, Dr. Robert Redfield. Doctor, good morning to you. So given that every state is currently impacted by the bird flu, with its reach now extending to cattle and the first human death reported just last month, how concerned should the public be about this potential spread of the virus?
Well, I think they should be concerned in the sense that they should want our nation to get better prepared for this pandemic. I'm of the view that we will, unfortunately, eventually have a significant bird flu pandemic. Right now, it's a major agricultural issue. You may know in 2019, when it came into our birds, as you mentioned, it's already now in well over 100 million birds. It's in over almost 500 species of birds. It's causing significant death among birds, transmits very well among birds. But it's also gone from bird to mammal. We're in about 48 mammal species now in the United States, including dolphins and seals and bobcats and cats, a variety of different animals. The only issue is it doesn't know how to go mammal to mammal. It's also in humans. As you know, we've had 67 cases in humans, and of course, recently we've had the most recent death. The real issue is how this virus changes. It's trying to learn how to go mammal to mammal. It hasn't learned how to do that outside of bird to bird. Come on, but man. When it does learn how to go mammal to mammal, that evolution will eventually make it more likely that it will actually be able to infect humans and then go human to human.
So if you're sitting at home listening to this, very concerned right now, obviously worried, what should you be looking for? And I want to reiterate, should you be worried about eating eggs or chicken that you may have got at the grocery store that's in your refrigerator right now?
Yeah, I think the agricultural groups are really looking at this pretty carefully. There's no evidence, for example, in milk, dairy milk, this virus is killed by pasteurization. The people have recommended that you don't eat raw eggs, that you cook your eggs. You don't eat raw chicken, that you cook your chicken. If you do those steps, you really aren't going to have a risk from bird flu from chicken or eggs or milk.
Hold on. So you're telling me if I cook my eggs and my chicken, I'm not getting the chicken flu? Okay.
But it is going to be a big issue for agriculture. I mean, it's causing a lot of, as you know, the eggs prices are going up. The reason the egg prices are going up is that they're calling a lot of chickens because this virus is getting into chicken groups. You saw the governor of New York just closed down the poultry sales in the state of New York. So it's going to be a big agricultural issue. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, Doctor, one thing I want to, and we've only got about 30 seconds to go, but I do want to ask you, obviously you had a very big role with the CDC during COVID, during the most recent pandemic that we've had. Do you worry that perceptions about how that was handled could impact the public's view should something like this actually make it to another pandemic level?
Yeah, that's the real cost. I mean, there's been enormous loss of public trust. There's no doubt about it. And rebuilding that public trust is critical. One of the things about public health is in order for it to work, the public's got to trust the public health leadership. And there's no question that that's been severely damaged. So my hope is that we can rebuild it. But you got to rebuild it by telling the public the truth, being transparent with the public. I'm a big advocate of Robert Kennedy. I think he's going to be a great Secretary of Health. I think one of the things that's fundamental to Kennedy is transparency transparency about vaccine safety, about transparency about what's in our food products. So I think if we're just honest with the American public and tell them what we know and what we don't know and not be afraid. I mean, I used to get criticized a lot when I was CDC director because it wasn't uncommon for me to answer a question by saying, I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't know.
Yeah.
Dr. Robert Redfield, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Okay, like I said, they're selling fear. They're not doing a very good job, at least, not to us, but the normies, I wonder how the normies will be affected by this. Now, normally we're praising Newsmax. They usually do a good job. I don't know why they had Dr. Mendeley on there, or whatever his name was, telling us to be afraid of the chicken flu. So you guys, you need to stop eating raw chicken and raw eggs. You're going to end up dying from the chicken flu. Stupid. And they said this has been going on since 2019. Oh, so we ain't been doing anything about it? Like, why did it just all of a sudden affect us? If this has been going on for 5 years, 6 years, why is it just right now we can't afford eggs, or we can't get a hold of eggs? I don't know. Like I said, they're selling fear. That's what this is. They want people to be scared. I'm just not sure why. Does this have to do with eating bugs? Is this how they're gonna begin it? You know, you can't eat the chickens, then you can't eat anything that hangs out with chickens or related to chicken, even kind of look like a chicken. You ain't gonna be able to eat it. If it looks like eggs, there goes your applesauce. Can't eat applesauce anymore. Like, that's the way they're selling this crap. They're like, the virus is learning. Okay, it's learning. Oh, all right. Well, fuck. If it's not AI, it's the damn chicken flu it's gonna get us. All right. I figured we'd just start off with some fear mongering. Why not? Next up, we got Suck It Up. Former UPenn swimmer sues Ivy League and the NCAA over Leah Thomas. Obviously, Leah Thomas is a shapeshifter. And by being in the locker rooms, bathrooms, playing in women's sports, right, this person is getting special treatment and wronging all the female athletes that were able to participate in those competitions and whatever, those events. And so now some lawsuits are starting off, which is good stuff, because they should have never let shapeshifters into female sports. They should have never let that happen. And so it's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about that fear-mongering over the chicken flu. Matt Rogers, they openly said that there was going to be another pandemic right after Trump took office. Yeah, Democrats doing the thing. What's up, 10 Man? Happy freedom to you. Why are all the chickens getting sick? Well, see, 10 Man, and I think they're false positives. That's what I think it is. Let me Google it really quick. Let's see. How do you test chickens for the bird flu? It involves several steps. Why can't I talk? Steps, and is typically conducted by a veterinarian or veterinary services or agricultural departments. They do farm testing. Every broiler chicken flock in the U.S. is tested by USDA APHIS or APHIS for avian influenza before the birds leave the farm. If a stock or a flock tests positive, it will not enter the food supply. Surveillance programs. The USDA and State Department conduct regular surveillance and testing of birds, including wild birds, to monitor for presence of avian influenza. Response to outbreak. In the event of an outbreak, the affected flock is quickly and humanely euthanized, and the farm is thoroughly disinfected, and the entire farm is then tested for 21 days to confirm if it is free of bird flu before allowing a new flock or birds to arrive. That right there is what's screwing us. Laboratory confirmation. A laboratory test is needed to confirm if a bird is sick with AI. Now, their AI is not the... It's the avian influenza. That's what they mean by AI in that instance. So they're saying that you need to send a test to a lab to figure out if your chicken's got the chicken flu. And if they do, you got to smoke the whole herd and then test for the next 21 days before you're allowed to get a new bird or a new herd of birds. So what if they have false positives? Then you smoke the whole crew, and then you wait around for 21 days before you can put a new flock together. This seems absolutely controlled. This seems totally controlled. If they were like, hey, the next 100 tests you get, just send them out positives. Well, then those 100 farms just have to delete all their chickens. That's too easy. That's too easy for them to dupe all of this. I don't know. This smells like corruption to me. It's just my opinion. I don't have any evidence of it being corrupt, but you send your stuff to a lab, they tell you whether or not you got to smoke your whole herd. I don't know. That doesn't sound right to me. Ted Man, and don't choke your chicken. That's right. You can't eat it raw. Don't eat the eggs raw, and don't choke your chicken. And I think we're all going to make it through this chicken flu here. Russell, viruses mutate. That's what they do. Yeah, they do. The way they were wording it, though, they're like, the viruses are learning. Oh, they're learning? Math is racist. You know that. Better not learn math because it'd be a racist virus. These people on TV. Can't stand them. That's badass, Matt Rogers. Glad the race went well. Hair juice, do you like that? The herd of bird? Mm-hmm. You could tell I'm a farmer. Farmer Jeff. Josh 1776, and then Tyson buys out the farms where they need the money. Yeah. See, this seems very orchestrated to me. Russell Bird's the word. Mm-hmm. Man, so why does the chickens get sick? I mean, that's true. They're not telling us where that's come from. Is it the food? How do chickens catch the bird flu? When I type in chicken flu, Google doesn't know what to tell me. They get it through direct contact with infected waterfowl or other infected poultry, or through contact with surfaces that have been contaminated with the virus. But where's the virus come from then? Wait a minute. The chickens can only get it from other chickens that got the flu. Where did the chicken one get the flu? CDC website's got all kinds of links and stuff. Of course they do. They don't know. They don't know. It's because they did it. That's why they did it. They gave the first chicken the flu, and then that chicken gave all the other chickens the flu. And then some piece of shit on Capitol Hill was like, hey, if your chicken catches the flu, you got to genocide your chickens. And then that's what happened. And now here we are having a hard time buying eggs. So I screwed up last week. I told you guys on Saturday I was going to go to Walmart with WMM, and I was going to look at the eggs. I was going to check the price of the eggs, and I was going to take pictures. And instead, I drove through a snowstorm, and by the time I picked him up, I totally forgot that I was going to do that because I was patting myself on the back for not dying in my Subaru, and I forgot to get the pictures of the eggs. So I will be making a mission this week to go back to Walmart and to actually complete the task of checking on eggs locally here, and I'll let you guys know as soon as I go ahead and do that. Cassie J, the rooster came first. When it comes to the chicken or the egg, who came first? The rooster. J Spray, Bill Gates probably has the answer to how it happens. I think you're right. Happy freedom to you, J Spray. MU, no eggs, no Dunkin' Donuts either. Why? What's wrong with Dunkin' Donuts? What's up, Giggling Spy? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, there's a bat in my chicken soup. Fauci would be proud. Zupia, chicken one had sex with a monkey and created the bird flu. I figured it was something like that. What's up, Happy Finger? Happy freedom to you. I'm sure choking your chicken is still safe. I mean, you never know. If you get the chicken flu, they say you bleed from your eyes. It's still worth it. It's worth the risk. I'm just saying. Worth it. Lisa, dang it, Russell. Bird is the word is going to be stuck in my head now. I feel the same way, but it's always Peter Griffin singing Bird is the word. That's that or Rock Lobster. I don't know. Jeffro, AI has infected viruses and now it can mutate on demand. It's AI and the chicken flu working together. That's what it is. Sibo, there's also like a 3 to 6 mile radius. If found, all birds in that radius are killed off. Yeah, see, this is done intentionally. It's gotta be. Trust, viruses are not sentient. Yeah, that's why I said the way he worded it was just a little extra fear sauce on top of the fear mongering there. The viruses are gonna smoke your cigarettes. Like, I'm just saying crazy stuff. What's up, Mad Lion? Happy freedom to you. Mad Lion, or they stick that swab up their beaks. Does it provide an answer when they do that? Or is that what they send to the lab to get tested? It's a flock, not a herd. No, it's a herd of bird. You know that? What's a Rip Curl? Happy freedom to you. A herd of bird. Happy figure. It's worth it. It is. What's up, Shroomish? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Viola? Happy freedom to you. You got a whole chicken emoji over here. Viola, it's getting wild. Be careful out there with your eggs. More than 500 eggs were stolen in an early morning heist in Seattle from a cafe. Interesting. 500 eggs stolen. We're going to cover a story about 100,000 eggs that were stolen. I'm about to start selling eggs, you know, just on the side here. Just slinging them eggs. Like, hey, man, how much is a dime bag of eggs? Ah, buddy, that's going to run you about $25. What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Twerp God? Happy freedom to you. They crank up the PCR test to detect false stuff. That's exactly what I was thinking. That is exactly what I was thinking. What's up, Sherry? What's up, Guess Who? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Interstate? Happy freedom to you. Interstate, the wife paid $27.40 for 60 eggs from Walmart just yesterday. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to make a special trip to Walmart and see what they're charging us here. What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Hooligans Island? What's up, Vinny? Happy freedom. Miss Jamie, and if it's like parvo or distemper, why is those not mutated? Yeah, see, they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that stuff. The virus is learning. Speaking Spanish. What's up, Liberty Sweetheart? Happy freedom. Maybe we got avian flu on our windshields. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. What's up, Phillips? Happy freedom to you. Gotta get you out of the Subaru. The only way that's happening is if I get into a Toyota. Liberty Sweetheart, wild birds can't get avian flu. Yeah, they said that wild birds can get it. They didn't talk a lot about it in that when I had looked it up, but they did say, they said there's like 600 species of birds that can carry it or something like that. What's up, Henry? Happy freedom. What's up, Mr. Coffee? What's up, MAGA 2024? You got to update that, MAGA 2025. Miss Jamie, it's sad how many people don't think and just go by what they tell you. Yeah, it's true. What's up, Jason? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, you would think after all the lockdowns and stuff that people would be more resistant to just taking stray orders from authority. What's up, Cassie J? Happy freedom to you. Hair juicer, how much steak should one make? Enough to eat, because you don't want to waste it. That's the right answer. Zero manufactured crisis. Disgusting. Yeah, that's what I actually think is going on. I think they are manufacturing this. I don't think this is an accidental thing. It's been going on since 2019. They didn't do anything about it. Here we are, 2025, and you might not be able to get eggs at Trader Joe's. You're only limited to 1 pack of eggs a day now. They're rationing out like the Great Depression. I don't know. Next up, Suck It Up. Former UPenn swimmer sues Ivy League and the NCAA over Leah Thomas, the shapeshifter. Women winning. All right, hooligans, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble as well as over on the GoofTube, and let's get this rolling.
A group of former women swimmers from the University of Pennsylvania have filed a lawsuit against the school as well as against Harvard and the NCAA. Margaret Kazarowski is one of those swimmers who is suing, and she joins me now. Okay, on what grounds are you suing?
I'm suing on Title IX violation and the privacy in the locker room issue. So we kind of went into the season being told that Thomas would not be in the locker room with us.
Leah Thomas?
Yes, Leah Thomas would not be in the locker room with us. And then we just kind of walked into a situation where we weren't told anything. We were told that Leah couldn't be ostracized. So we either could choose to go into a family style locker room in the hallway or something by ourselves or just suck it up.
That's a violation of your rights?
Yes, it is.
You were embarrassed at the time?
It was embarrassing, and I believe it's illegal.
It's illegal?
It is illegal.
Okay. We've asked the NCAA, we've asked various people to comment on this, and they don't have a comment. I'll read one of the NCAA statements a bit later on. But President Trump, I mean, you saw this. He signed an executive order banning men from competing in women's sports. Watch this, roll it.
Under the Trump administration, we will defend the proud tradition of female athletes, and we will not allow men to beat up, injure, and cheat our women and our girls. From now on, women's sports will be only for women.
He does expect the Olympic Committee and the NCAA to no longer allow men to compete in women's sports. And I think the president, with the signing of his pen, starts a very public pressure campaign. He expects these organizations to comply with this federal executive order.
Well, doesn't that solve the problem?
It does, but we still want to hold those institutions who wronged us accountable, and we want to get Leah's name off of the women's record board. I feel really passionately about my teammates who are still at Penn and the future generations to come being able to look up at that record board and strive for those standards.
Do you want money or an apology or a fixing of the system going forward?
Yeah, this isn't about money. We can't even sue for money in this situation, so it's really just about doing the right thing, holding them accountable, and making sure that they can't do this to anyone else going forward.
But at the moment, there is no prevention of men from taking part in women's swimming in the Olympics. Is that accurate?
I believe that is accurate, and I don't know exactly how Trump's ban will affect that, but it's kind of gray area right now. It seems to be, I guess, going forward that they might try to apply the ban to the Olympic Committee, but I'm not quite sure how that will affect things going forward.
Are you no longer at college?
No, I graduated in May.
May I ask where you work? Anything to do with swimming?
No, nothing to do with swimming. I work in finance.
Oh, well, welcome to the program. It's good to have you with us. Margot, you were great. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. We do. We reached out to Harvard. They said they don't comment on active litigation. UPenn, the Ivy League Council of Presidents, and the NCAA did not get back to us. However, the NCAA released a statement on Trump's executive order. President Trump's order provides a clear national standard. The NCAA Board of Governors is reviewing the executive order and will take necessary steps to align NCAA policy in the coming days. There you have it. Margot, thank you.
Like I said, women winning. I think there's going to be a lot more lawsuits like that. Those people were wronged, had their medals stolen and all of that, and they're saying that pretty much everybody's complying with it except for the Olympics because of President Trump's executive order. But then I think, like, how is the Olympics going to try and stick dudes in female sports at that level? Right? All these athletes are going to compete in where they should be, boys and boys sports and girls sports. And if they're good enough, they'll make it to the Olympics. Well, then if they've worked their whole sport career to get to the Olympics, how could you last minute stick a dude in girls sports? I don't think they'd be able to. I don't see how that would function. So even if the Olympics don't comply with the ban, they'd be doing last minute changes. I think it would mess up the whole Olympics, and it would be just more reasons for people to boycott the Olympics. Now, I never watched the shit, so I guess I've been boycotting it my whole life. I was on board before I realized I needed to be on board. But either way, we know the Olympics is going to be in LA. Everybody talks about that. When the fires happened in Los Angeles, the Palisades fire, wondering if it was connected to the Olympics. And now the Olympics don't want to comply with boys are boys and girls are girls, and they belong in their own sports there. We'll see, but at least women are fighting back, getting these lawsuits going, because these companies that let this stuff happen, they should be held accountable. Absolutely. It shouldn't be like, oh, President Trump made an EO, everybody's got to play ball. Oh, well, no. They did wrong by those athletes. People got their medals taken. Some of them even got brutalized by dudes being in their sports. And like I said, those companies and stuff, they should be held accountable. This next video is titled, "You Will Be Prosecuted." AG Pam Bondi threatens legal action against ICE leaks. Now, they keep leaking information about ICE, and of course they're doing it to protect border crossers in these sanctuary cities and whatnot. Pam Bondi says she's not going to stand for it. You keep leaking this information, we're going to find you and you'll be held accountable, she says. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what your hooligans think about these women out here winning. Happy Freedom Zero. Ten Man, you just posted the bird is the word over in Hooligans Alley. I'll check it out after the live. Zero, there's no getting those medals back or the titles either. Yeah, they're not going to redistribute medals and all of that stuff, but if they could take Leah, or if they could, whatever the dude's name is, because obviously his name isn't Leah. But whatever the dude's name is, if they could pull his name off the board, then it'll help prevent future crap, right? Because as we learn about stuff, we look back in the past to see where we came from, to try and figure out where we're going. If you look in the past and you see boys and women's sports, well, what's going to stop them from bringing that back up? If we erase that it ever happened, well, then it's less likely to happen. Now, I don't really like manipulating history, right? That's it's caused a lot of problems over time. So I don't really like that, but I feel like that would kind of cut the head off the snake and try and prevent this from happening in the future. Because, like, what happens in 4 years if we get Democrats in office? They might just bring all this crap back. So doing away with it, I think, is a good idea. I don't really like manipulating history, but this stuff should never happen, and that person shouldn't be celebrated as an award winner in female sports because that's not a female. Hair juicer, grass-fed, free-range, tastes good. Tastes so good. I believe a hair juicer. You have to enjoy that steak for us. You're going to have to cook it for 4 hours as thick as it is. And that's what she said, but that's all right. Zero, the shapeshifters stole their medals. Yep, they did. Matt, its name is William Thomas. Old Bill Thomas. Happy freedom to you, you hell. What's up, 8Co? Happy freedom to you. Welcome back, No Ad. Appeal to Heaven, Disney owns ABC, by the way. Just something I found on research. Yeah, does Disney own more than one news agency? I think I knew that they owned ABC, but it makes me wonder if they own other Blue News. Metal Mouth, there's going to be a shitload of lawsuits over men being in women's sports. Oh, I agree, especially for the girls that were getting injured, like the rugby player that lost all of her front teeth and all of that. I think she had a concussion and some other stuff. Like, that stuff's not going to slide. I just wonder about, like, the Olympic boxer that was knocking girls out and getting medals and all of that, and then turn around and start saying that they were going to sue anybody that basically brought it up and spoke against them being deserving of those medals. Appeal to Heaven, like these dudes and girls knew better. It's almost like they staged this just to see how America would react. Yeah, like it's a giant psyop to see if we would allow dudes in girls sports and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all. That's how I feel about the shapeshifters and all that stuff. Drag queens reading to children, and we just let that happen. Books about being gay going into fourth grade classrooms and libraries. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's wrong. But the thing is, we didn't just let it happen. You know, it feels that way at this point, but really we didn't just let it happen. If you spoke against it or you stood against it, you were fired, you were arrested, you were considered a terrorist on the watch list and stuff. Remember, this all began with parents going into school board meetings and speaking out against shapeshifters and the restrictions and all the bullshit, and they ended up getting arrested and was declared as potential terrorists if you go to a school board meeting as a parent. So, you know, it's not like we just let this happen, but at the same time, you didn't see anybody like really trying to stop this happening. People bitched, but as soon as it came down to getting arrested, it all got quiet. Metal Mouth, Claus the feline puddle. Yeah, I got a nice bowl of Claus over here. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Kevin, you're terrible at swimming? I'm not proficient at swimming. When I grew up in Niles, which is like on the state line between Michigan and Indiana. And when I was in third grade, everybody had to learn to swim. We would go to the YMCA for like 2-3 weeks and everybody learned to swim. So when I was growing up, pretty much everybody I knew how to swim, but it was also like in theory, because there wasn't anywhere to swim. Unless you went to the YMCA, there was nowhere to swim. Now that I live up here and the lake is only 10 minutes away, everybody's more proficient at swimming than me. I can do it to save my life, but I can't do the thing like these Olympic swimmers. Not even kind of, sort of. I couldn't save another person swimming. I don't think I could. Viola, whoa, 100,000 egg heist. Yeah, it's coming up. I have no idea how they stole all those eggs. Guess who? Tinfoil hat time, since they have been injecting birds with all these antibiotics and chemicals. I almost said a red word. Do you notice the flocks always end up getting ill after all these decades? Guess who? I don't know enough about chickens to really follow that stuff, but I know there's reasons people don't take the flu shot, and it's for similar things that you're talking about right there. Interstate, the last time I picked up eggs, I had to have the semi washed and sanitized before pickup, as well as the inside of the trailer had to be sanitized or no load. Interesting, Interstate. So they're like pretty strict about cleaning for bird flu and all of that. Guess who? Disney owns ESPN Radio. Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Christine, happy freedom to you. Hooked up the tractor trailer. That's what I think happened. I mean, maybe that is what happened, but for 100,000 eggs, how else could you do it? What's up, Chris? Happy freedom to you. What is your name? Home of the... I don't know what that is. We'll go with home. Happy freedom to you, home. It's all a psyop, putting all the money towards the artificial intelligence. Definitely could be. Liberty Sweetheart, the women's team was told that they couldn't react to him or they would be off the team and couldn't speak out, or they would be labeled a bigot and be unhireable. Yeah, Liberty Sweetheart. Yeah, I totally believe that. I appreciate you making your way back to us, Chris. Liberty Sweetheart watched an interview with one of his former teammates, and he is attracted to women, dated one of the swimmers on the swim team before he switched. Yeah, because it's all a game. What's up, Tara? Happy freedom to you. That's how it is with these shapeshifters. They're all just predators. I've been saying that forever. You know what's funny is I say this stuff and nobody says anything back. I see people go online and they say that stuff, and there's always blowback, trolls and lefties and stuff. They're like, nuh-uh, he was born a shapeshifter and da-da-da-da-da. I go out there and I'm like, shapeshifters are kid fuckers. And nobody says anything back. And I'm like, yeah, because you guys know it's true. Shapeshifters are predators. That's what they are. They prey on women and they prey on children. What's up, Random? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mike? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Agent O? Chris Drake. Just gonna drop Drake in the chat. Yeah. I don't know if he's a shapeshifter, but yeah. Henry, you eating eggs right now? Did you cook them? Because, you know, the news is saying if you eat raw eggs, you can catch the chicken flu and then you can't jerk your chicken or something. Something like that. Something along those lines. Either way. 10 Man, the next press briefing, Ducey needs to ask why the chickens are sick. Yeah. I can't remember. Was he at the last press briefing? Hopefully we'll have one this week. The schedule, like I said when I started the live, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, President Trump was supposed to be signing executive orders. I haven't heard anything about it. He never went live. They never released a video. And they do that almost every day of the week. And it looks secretive. I don't think it is. I think it's probably a time issue. And I think whoever's running the media for the White House is doing shit. Just doing terrible. There's no live schedule. Even the president's public schedule sometimes is generated in real time. It'll say like there's nothing, and then it'll be like noon, and then there's like 3 things, but it's already passed. Whoever's in control of that at the White House, they are not doing a very good job. What's up, Catch the Smoke? Happy freedom to you. Ghostly, no, they are monsters. They are monsters. Mary Todd, things are moving fast. They are moving fast, but I think that the more that they sign these executive orders behind closed doors and do not release videos of it, the more the normies are going to think that Trump really is doing something unconstitutional, that he really is trying to take over the government, and all this other stuff that the fake news is always talking about, and the fear mongering, selling that fear. You know, as long as he does everything in front of everybody, you know, they can spin it, but at the same time, these people can go back and watch the actual video or the live of him making these choices. But when they don't release content, when they don't put anything out, and they're just like, yeah, Trump signed an EO today, and you're like, well, what is it about? And they're like, well, I don't know. Well, then all you got is the fake news out there saying, hey, he's doing unconstitutional stuff. He's going to take away your Social Security and all this other shit that they're saying. It's more believable to the normies because they can't watch him sign these EOs because the White House isn't releasing this stuff. And so it's a problem. It is a problem. It ain't a problem to me. It's annoying for my job, but it ain't a problem for me because I have confidence in the person I voted for. But for the normies, they're susceptible to the bullshit. And so they need to do something at the White House and be more transparent. What's up, Space Baby? Happy freedom to you. Jeffro, Sean Duffy had a deal in North Carolina earlier. What did he go to North Carolina for? I haven't heard much about Sean Duffy. Jay Spray, it's been closed press. Yeah, but they're not releasing the videos like they were. You know, at first they were showing it live. Then they were doing it closed press where the press would release videos afterwards. And then now they're not even releasing videos. You have to like go read articles and stuff about it. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom to you. Jeff wrote a survey to survey the damage from the hurricane. Oh, good. I'm glad they're getting out there to help those people in North Carolina and all of that. They need it. They need help out there. So it's good stuff. We're going to go ahead and get into this next video. Like I said, it's titled, "You Will Be Prosecuted. AG Pam Bondi Threatens Legal Action Against ICE Leaks." I'm ready for some accountability because, like I said, when there was a leaker for Roe vs. Wade, they didn't make that big of a deal about the leaker. They made it about the leak, and it riled up the lefties. But when it came time to go figure out who leaked the information and what's going to happen to that person, nope, no investigation. They never figured out who leaked it. And now they've had multiple leaks from ICE. Like the original mass deportation was supposed to start in Chicago, and the reason it didn't is because somebody leaked the information. So they started in another location. Now there's been 2 or 3 leaks that have come out for big mass deportation roundups, where they're going to have so many agents that they got to have Fed boys with them and everything else. It's not just ICE. They have FBI and other people because there's so many people that need to be arrested in these big operations that they're doing. But somebody is like a mole. There's somebody in there that's leaking this information to others and protecting border crossers and sanctuary cities. And Pam Bondi, she says she ain't having it. So hit that thumbs up over on Rumble as well as YouTube, and let's get into this.
So as President Trump's mass immigration enforcement continues, a leaked document is detailing a supposed plan by federal authorities to conduct a large-scale raid targeting illegal immigrants in Los Angeles.
Well, this is interesting. The Los Angeles Times has obtained a leaked internal federal document detailing the plans. The outlet reports that the planned raid was going to be such a large-scale operation that ICE agents were also going to be joined by the FBI and DEA, with this raid supposedly set to happen before the end of the month.
Trump's administration is starting to express frustration over these leaks. Newly sworn-in Attorney General Pam Bondi has issued a clear warning last night for those responsible.
If anyone leaks anything, people don't understand that jeopardizes the lives of our great men and women in law enforcement. And if you leaked it, we will find out who you are and we will come after you. And it's not going to stop our mission. It's not going to stop the president's mission to make America safe again. We were very clear with the lawsuit that we filed in Chicago that if you don't follow the law, you will be prosecuted by the Department of Justice.
So this is the latest news. It comes after Trinidad gang members were allegedly tipped off in Colorado just last week ahead of a raid planned there. And raids in Chicago were also delayed last month after another media leak.
Well, between the leaks and the handful of Democrat-led cities still trying to hinder raids and deportation efforts by declaring sanctuary city status, we'll continue to see how President Trump's deportation efforts unfold. But as we see these stories about how apparently there are leaks coming from inside, it looks like the Department of Homeland Security, or ICE, just goes to show you some people are not on board in those departments with the president's plan.
So annoyed by this. I come at it from two prongs. First of all, you got to find out who the leaker is. They got to be prosecuted. The badge needs to be stripped. If they're a part of the administration, they should be banned from working from any type of administration going forward. But number
All right. So Pam Bondi saying they're going to go after the leakers and they're going to hold them accountable. Ready for it. It's another form of we're going to go after somebody who's either on Capitol Hill or an inside guy that's a part of the agency and hold one of their own accountable. We've been waiting on that for the sanctuary city stuff, where Tom Homan has been saying that if you stand in the way of this mass deportation, you as an elected official, you will be held accountable. Well, we're seeing the blue states and the blue cities call their bluff and say, well, you can say what you want to, but we're still going to stand in the way of all of this and you're not going to do anything about it. So now we're sitting in the point where we're like, okay, Tom Homan, go over there and arrest that guy. Go hold these people accountable. Put these elected officials in jail, right? That's what you said you're going to do. That's what you have the authority to do. They're calling your bluff. Guess you better just do the thing. Better go over there and just arrest these elected officials. And I think if you arrest one of them, it'd probably put the rest of them in line. And so we're waiting on that. Well, now Pam Bondi's saying the same thing, so to speak, saying if you're leaking stuff, if you're, secret blue team, you're out here trying to sabotage what we're doing, we're going to hold you accountable. Okay, well, if there's another leak and you don't find who the leaker is, we're going to start wondering, are you really doing what you're saying? Because you can't just be talking tough. You got to walk that walk if they push you. That's part of it. So we'll see how things turn out. They are doing these mass deportations. The last update we had, they said that they were pulling 1,500 people, or between 1,300 and 1,500 people a day being arrested, the border crossers are. And that was in response to Gitmo being opened up. They now have more places to put these border crossers, so now they're making higher arrests, which is good stuff. Now it'll be nice to see those numbers get up, but like I said in the beginning, they were having issues on where to stash these border crossers. Now I got the solution to this. You just put their asses on the outside of the wall, and if they try to break back in, well, you deal with that accordingly. Real simple, but instead, we're doing it a little bit more ethically, trying to find places for these nice little criminals to go, and that's taking time. But either way, at least the mass deportation is still underway. Next up, we got a really interesting video. It's titled 100,000 eggs have been stolen from the back of a truck at a farm. Now, 100,000 eggs, they're saying it's $40,000 worth of eggs were stolen from this distributor. I don't know how one does that, but either way, it's coming up next. And before we get into it, we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans think about Pam Bondi talking about these leakers trying to undermine ICE. I want to work for Doge. Yeah, from what I understand, you got to be some kind of genius to work for Doge. I don't know how to validate if you're a genius or not, but you should apply. Josh 1776, Doge is up to 80 billion. Really? Let's see. I think we looked at the national debt clock either Friday or Saturday. Yeah, 80 billion. It's looking good. Top left corner there in gold. Doge clock saved us $80 billion. What I need to pay attention to is this national debt. One day it's going to start going down. But it's still going up right now, $36 trillion in debt. Oh well, Doge doing the thing. It's good stuff. Jay Spray, I wouldn't be surprised if the cartels have someone in ICE. I wouldn't be surprised either. We'll see if Pam Bondi and them figure it out. And if they do figure it out, are they going to tell the world who it is? Are they going to say, oh, we got a guy, we found the leaker, we're holding him accountable, but not tell anybody? Or they could put his face on the news and go, this is the asshole that was undermining ICE. Josh 1776. It goes down a couple trillion on tax day, and that's the only time. Interesting. I wonder why that's the only time it happens. Josh 1776. Yeah, that Yeti's awesome though. Snug Sean Duffy's been doing great. I think so. Everything I hear him do, everybody seems happy with it. That's what we voted for. What's up, Courtly? Happy freedom. Appeal to heaven, the tariffs will take care of the debt. We'll see. Time will tell. Courtly. Seems to me we got beautiful blue skies here and there, and I don't see any of the trails in the sky. Yeah, it seems nice here. I didn't look for any trails or anything, but the sun's out, but it's only like 20 degrees or something. It's freezing where I'm at. It's better to poop in the sink than to sink in the poop. I guess. I guess I never thought about it like that. Words to live by. Shroomish, nobody's getting arrested protecting illegals. I don't believe them. Yeah, Shroomish. Well, they're at that point. They're at that point where they need to prove, put their money where their mouth is. Told to care, got to keep an eye out for them loose lips. Yeah, and I don't know how these people are getting away with it. You would think that they would. The federal government watches everything we do, but they don't watch everything each other does, and that doesn't make sense to me. Shroomish, Trump needs to start going after them for slander and liability. Yeah. Too old to care. You're right. You're right. Those people are out there. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. Interstate, that's what they should do. Post their faces on the media. Yeah, I think so too. We need to stop protecting the criminals. We need to give that up. Make bullying great again. Make public shaming great again. They need to stop protecting the criminals. Even like shooters, we cover these mass shootings that happen from time to time, and they don't show you who did it. They don't tell you who they are or any. They don't even show you the gun anymore. Not unless it's an AR. That's the only time they show you the gun. It's like, stop protecting criminals. Sherry, less than 500 a day crossing. Man, there shouldn't be anybody crossing. I haven't heard much about crossing the border or anything. I figured it was just closed unless you come here legally. What's up, Jim? Happy freedom to you. 27 and sunny in Spokane. Is that what it is? It's kind of nice weather. It's nice when it's sunny out, but man, that air is cold. What's up, CC? Happy freedom to you. Whoa, something just happened. MAGA, they only show the white ones. Yeah, it does seem to be that way. I wonder if things will change now that President Trump's in office. CC, public arrest of leakers in my opinion is the best. I agree. Do it out in front of everybody. Show everyone you mean business. Interesting. We have a breeze by you, but then we have my fart breezed by you. Happy freedom to you, my fart. Appreciate you being with us. What's up, Proud Patriot Girly? Happy freedom to you. Teasel, be like Poland. What does Poland do? What's up, Alex? Happy freedom to you. Crack me up. Metal Mouse, send the armed agents to the southern border. I think we do have agents all over the border. Not even just us. Mexico sent like 10,000 troops. Canada sent 10,000 troops to the northern border. We got troops on the border. I don't know how people are getting in. Either way, we're going to go ahead and get into this next video. Like I said, it is pretty interesting. It's titled 100,000 Eggs Stolen from the Back of a Truck at a farm. Where you get those eggs from? You buy them off the back of a truck? They were like, well, I didn't buy them. I'm like, I don't know. 100,000 eggs? That's crazy. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick. If you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up. 40,000 doll hairs and eggs have been stolen. And the media really isn't covering this. They want you to think the chicken flu is the only reason. It's the chicken flu. It's the only reason you ain't got eggs. Don't you worry about $40,000 in eggs being stolen. On top of, I guess, 500 eggs were stolen from somewhere else. People out here stealing eggs. You got to hide your kids, hide your wife. All right, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
You've heard of jewelry heists, but never an egg heist until now.
About 100,000 eggs were stolen.
You heard right. 100,000 eggs stolen from an egg distributor. That's a lot of eggs. The egg heist took place at an egg distribution center in Franklin County, Pennsylvania. The eggs were stolen from the back of a trailer, and the entire haul is said to be worth $40,000. The eggs came from Pete and Jerry's Organics Farm, a brand sold in supermarkets across the USA. The egg crisis has led to reports of consumers hoarding eggs. This video, posted on social media, shows shoppers at Costco with arms full of eggs. Look at this. Her cart is overflowing with them. Costco is now limiting purchases to 5 dozen for $18.69. At another store, this sign reads, 2 egg carton limit.
We're expecting to see prices of both eggs and products that use eggs to rise by as much as 20% this year.
Now, customers of some popular restaurants hit with a steep surcharge for every egg ordered.
Yep. Waffle House has now imposed a 50-cent surcharge on your favorite egg breakfast due to the nationwide rise in the cost of eggs.
So, no telling if they're actually going to find the people that did it or any of that. I'm kind of surprised there isn't camera footage and all of that. I mean, $40,000 in eggs. I wonder what that even looks like. What does 100,000 eggs look like? Where's the calculator at? We're going to do some math here. Say we got 100,000 eggs. How many dozens is that? 8,333 dozen eggs. You didn't just walk away like that. Like, I'm trying to think, when you grab a stack, if you were to grab a stack with a dozen eggs, how high could they be stacked before it actually starts to crush the eggs? Like, there's some real thought process going here. I'm inclined to believe that somebody just hooked up the trailer and drove off. I don't know how else they could go about it, unless they had a whole crew, a whole bunch of people ready to carry pallets of eggs. Weird stuff. I don't know if we're going to have a follow-up on that video, but I thought it was really interesting. And like I said, the news isn't even hardly covering it. If you type in like 100,000 eggs stolen in Google, like, they don't even know what you're talking about. They don't want to cover it because it makes better fear porn for you to be afraid of the chicken flu than to worry about $40,000 egg heists. Either way, next up is Trump shares his message to nations dependent on the USAID. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about this egg heist. You was the Sasquatch? Could have been. Stole them damn eggs. Zero, of course, they don't want to talk about the chicken farms. They've been burnt down for the last 4 years. Yep. It's true. Cassie J, it's the bad orange man's fault. Yep, that's what they're saying. Josh 1776, how do they not know who did it? Wouldn't you need a refrigerated truck? Can't be too many of those. I mean, there's a lot of different things that seem like they would be able to figure it out. Either they stole the eggs and they had to put it in something to travel, or they stole the whole trailer, so then they could be looking street cam footage and stuff to try and see the trailer being pulled by a foreign vehicle, out in the wild somewhere. I mean, it just seems like they could do something. They didn't even provide any real details about it. They were just like, yeah, stole about $40,000 worth of eggs. They didn't even tell you how or anything, So I don't know if we're going to have a follow-up. It'd be nice. It's a nice thought, but we'll see. The Zero Poland closed their borders and didn't let any illegals in. Yeah, that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. Josh 1776, I bet the people who say it was stolen are the ones who stole it so they didn't have to pay the farmer. Could be. That could be an inside situation there. Zupia Tyson Foods out of nowhere dropped a contract for a chicken farmer here in Wisconsin. With no income coming, the poor guy had to give away his 80,000 chickens. He couldn't afford to feed them. Yeah, Zupia. Farming is really hard from what I understand. Now, I always thought it was just the work that was hard. But I guess the way they make money is really difficult too. You spend the whole year, developing product, and then you give the product to distributors. But if the product goes bad with the distributors or they don't sell it off or whatever, well, then they don't make any money. But then they also don't have the product because the product has spoiled at this point. And it's like, I don't know, that's a huge gamble, but it's not like we can do away with farmers. We need farmers. So, yeah, something needs to be done. What's up, J-Dog? Happy freedom to you. Told to care if eggs aren't washed, they don't need refrigeration. See, I always wondered about that stuff. Eggs are kind of magical like that. Space Baby, I hardly ever eat eggs. Yeah, I usually eat eggs if I go to breakfast restaurants. Otherwise, I don't mess with them. Jeffro, new egg market in town. Yeah, the black market. Yep. Brian, happy freedom to you. I love eggs, but goodness, these people, yeah. Well, I need to figure out the 500 eggs that were stolen from somewhere else. I didn't even know that was a thing. That'll be on tomorrow's live. Peel to Heaven can't go without eggs. Eggs are a staple in your diet. Aco, everybody did it. Mm-hmm. I seen somebody talking on the internet like, remember the times where we had it so good that we could throw toilet paper and eggs at people's houses that we didn't like? Now we can't find or afford it. We can get toilet paper now, but for a while we couldn't. That was a scary time. For everybody else, I went out there and bought toilet paper. Fuck that. I wasn't going to go without. Have to wipe my ass with Claus. No, thank you. I was one of those people on the news. Was a white guy. Happy freedom to you. White guy want to get rich? Steal eggs and bootleg sell them like they used to with alcohol. Yeah, that's what's going on. C1, excellent news story. I'm glad you dig it, C1. Hooligans Island, eggs are on the way to Mexico? No, I don't know. Maybe. I don't really see. What is breakfast Mexican food? I don't think I've ever had that. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. Cheeky Chops bringing up Doug's Mansion. It's been a while since I heard that. What's up, artists? Happy freedom. Alex, at least 5 dozen. Yeah. Liberty Sweetheart, I believe they had an inside Eggman. They must. Like I said, they didn't give us any details. They're just like, yeah, by the way, they walked away with 8,333 cartons of eggs. You know, no big deal. Like, one does not just walk away with 8,000 cartons of eggs. I'd like more details than what they gave us. What's up, Jones? Happy freedom to you. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Jones? Social Chef, strange that there's a shortage of eggs, but there's no shortage of chicken. How does that work? It's a good question. That is a good question. I was going to say, you don't see McDonald's saying, hey, we got to limit 2 McChickens to every customer. You don't see that happening. Now I got more questions than I had. What's up, Tom? Happy freedom to you. I think everyone should own a few chickens. It's hard when you live in an apartment, but yeah, I agree. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. We're going to move on to this next video. Like I said, it's titled, Trump Shares His Message to Nations Dependent on the USAID. Let me see here. All right, so they did a gaggle on Air Force One, and this is a clip from that. Now, I guess it's highly unusual for any president to have a press gaggle on Air Force One. It's not unusual to have the press with you, I guess, because old man Walter, right? They brought KJP with them all the time to gaggle on Air Force One. But I guess it's unusual for President Trump to do press briefings and stuff like that on the plane, or something about the way he is handling these meetings on the plane is very unusual and kind of exclusive to President Trump. So this is a clip from that, but later on in one of the future videos, you're going to hear Peter Doocy talk about this moment that we're watching right here, about how it is unusual that other presidents don't do it, but President Trump, he's generally transparent about things. I don't know what's going on with the EOs being signed every day, and we don't get to know about that, but this other stuff, I guess, is kind of unorthodox. Once again, this video is titled Trump Shares His Message to Nations Dependent on the USAID. Now hit that thumbs up over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
So on USAID, sir, what is kind of like the message to countries that depend on humanitarian aid distributed through USAID? What is your message to those countries?
The ones that have been, the few that have been legitimate in terms of getting legitimate money, will probably put it through the State Department. It'll be handled by Marco Rubio, highly respected man, Secretary of State. There's no reason for USAID, when you look at the politicians that have been in there sucking the blood out of it, when you look at all of the fake deals, I mean, look, all you have to do is get a list of all of the things you can see by the heading. It's fake, it's fraudulent, it's probably kickbacks, where they send the money and then it gets kicked back to the person that sent it. So the ones that are good, and there are not many of them, but the ones that are good, and there are some, will probably have that be handled by Marco Rubio in the State Department.
Will they take on some of the USAID workers?
They could, if they like.
Mr. President, will it still be called USAID, Mr. President, or will it not?
I don't know that it's going to exist. Why would you need it? The State Department can take care of it.
Do you think the amount of spending on foreign aid will decrease also, or just the number of employees?
It should decrease, yeah. I hope it decreases.
Yeah, by how much?
When we have $36 trillion in debt, and we're taking care of countries that are very rich and sending aid to countries, in some cases, that are rich, in some cases, they're not rich. But no, it should very much decrease.
Mr. President,
but it won't be the scams that you've seen.
President Trump basically saying, boo-hoo, you need that USAID stuff. Well, chances are you're trying to scam us out of some stuff and it ain't gonna happen anymore. But then he says that some of the good things that USAID did, the government can do it. We don't need a separate, agency to handle that stuff. We can kick out aid. I assume he means like how Congress and them were shipping the Ukraine aid, right? They were sending billions of dollars to the Ukraine. They voted on it. They made those decisions instead of USAID just kicking out checks. Either way, I trust President Trump knows what he's doing. And like I said, something about that little get-together on Air Force One is unusual. Other presidents do not do that. President Trump, from what it sounds like, is exclusive to it. He did it back when he was president, for his first term. And now that he's on round two, he's getting back into it. This next video is Peter Doocy, and he's going to talk about everything I just mentioned there about having a gaggle on Air Force One. But he's going to talk about a plethora of topics. He'll be talking about Elon referencing FEMA, saying that last week FEMA broke the law by giving hurricane relief money to border crossers to stay in hotels in, I assume, New York and places like that. But Elon saying, no, they broke the law. They were not authorized to give that money away that they did. They were, it's supposed to go to emergency relief and things like that. They're also going to talk about President Trump being at the Super Bowl yesterday. He wasn't there for the entire game, but he was there for a little while, checking things out. And we do have a couple clips from the Super Bowl. But all of that's coming up next. First, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump sharing his thoughts on USAID. Russell, USAID is nothing more than a bank account for the deep state. Yep, definitely seems that way. Josh 1776. It's crazy how they pick the most expensive cities in places to put the illegals. Yeah. Well, I think it's done intentionally. Like I said before, like a couple weeks ago, like if you're selling golden toilets, the White House is gonna be your number one customer because they pay way too much money for everything. Like, I don't know how to come up with another analogy. They overpay for everything. So it doesn't really surprise me that the White House was the one that decided that New York and Chicago and all these big cities that have big price tags are where they send all the illegals. U-Hill, New York City is flooded with illegals really bad. Yeah. I think Tom Homan and them are cracking down in New York, but it's a huge hill to climb. Russell, gotta love the Gulf of America. I forgot. I want to see if Google Maps has made their update yet. Oh, they did. That's hilarious. Let me see. How do I make this go away? Boom. Bam. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Right here. I don't know if you can read it. Well, you probably can't. It says Gulf of America. Google Maps really did update the deal there. Gulf of America. That's so badass. It's so badass. Sam, didn't a crazy liberal working for the government cause the slaughter of a shit ton of chickens due to a freak out about the bird flu? I don't know about that story specifically, Sam, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you know how liberals are, and they get scared of being sick and all of that. And now it's like procedure. You got a sick chicken, better smoke the herd. I don't know. You run a farm or a chicken holocaust camp? Like, it's terrible. Jesus, I don't know why they want to smoke all those chickens. They're racist against chickens. Shroomish, he should rename the Mississippi River to the Great American River just to troll. That'd be pissing somebody off, I'm sure. U-Hill, you tired of winning yet? No. I don't think you can get tired of winning, maybe. Cricket Kiss, money laundering slush fund, no more non-elected bureaucrats or their ABC agencies. Globalists ran BS. That's right. That's why they're so bent out of shape about it. What's up, Marsh? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, J-Dog. Yeah, this egg stuff is something else. What's up, dear? Happy freedom to you. I like the snack tray behind him. Yeah, I saw that too. He had like chips and stuff stashed over there. They're like, Mr. President, can I get a bag of Frito-Lays and blah, blah? He's like, yeah, but it's going to cost you $37 for this little bag. That's how it's going to go. That's just part of eating and drinking on a plane. You want a shot of vodka? That's going to be $27. Like, hold up. Hold on. Will you spit it in my mouth? Never mind. $27. Like, goodness. What's up, Bloopy? What's up, Bob Lizard? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Party Rock? The Golden Age. That's right. You just reminded me. We got new t-shirts coming out probably tomorrow. And we got some new sound bites too. I did go and find some new sound bites. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll show it off tomorrow. You guys can hear the new sound bites. But I am working on things. Just know that. What's up, DB? Happy freedom to you. FEMA is AIDS. Yeah, DB. Well, like President Trump was saying, they might just do away with FEMA. What's up, Ball? Happy freedom to you. Mr. Coffee, meat, chickens, and egg layers are different. I didn't realize they were different. But so they're probably separate. So if you got a bunch of egg layers and they all catch a chicken flu, you smoke the egg layers, you ain't got to worry about the meat chickens. But it is interesting that we have an egg shortage, but we do not have a chicken shortage. I don't know. I have questions. You're like, man, this chicken's good. And the guy looks at you and he goes, meow, meow. That ain't chicken. What's up, Rune? Happy Freedom. They're voting for Tulsi right now. Well, it's about damn time. Thank you for telling me, Rune. Good. So Tulsi Gabbard and Bobby Jr., they're going to go first because that's how their confirmation hearings went. And then we're waiting on Kash Patel. That's when things are going to happen. We get confirmation for Kash Patel, and we're going to see some real change around here. It's good stuff. I'm glad they're finally voting. I'm hoping that all three of them get the confirmation there. Bobby, Tulsi, and Kash. Like I said, next up, we got a plethora of videos kind of surrounding about the Super Bowl. This first one's a plethora of news, like I had just mentioned. This is Peter Doocy. It's titled, "This is Very Unusual." Now, like I said, they're going to talk about a plethora of topics, but then they're also going to be talking about Elon calling out FEMA for breaking the law, as well as President Trump being at the Super Bowl. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick, if you would like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and you're using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Now, like I said, let's get into this. This is Peter Doocy.
Another thing that
we'll be talking about a few different topics here. We ain't got no White House press briefing, but we still get a little Peter in our life. And some of us, need that more than others. Either way, hit that thumbs up over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
Another thing that President Trump just did is he brought back the Super Bowl pregame interview tradition yesterday as he became the first sitting president in history to attend the big game.
Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy joins us with the latest. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning. And here at the White House, the Doge effort continues, tens of millions of dollars at a time. The latest from Elon Musk, posted at 5:03 a.m., says the Doge team just discovered that FEMA sent $59 million last week to luxury hotels in New York City to house illegal migrants. Sending this money violated the law and is in gross insubordination to the president's executive order. That money is meant for American disaster relief and instead is being spent on high-end hotels for illegals. A clawback demand will be made today to recoup those funds as President Trump gives a vote of confidence to the world's richest man.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse.
And a little bit more on the CBS YouGov polls you guys were just talking about. The honeymoon is not over yet for the president with this. 69% are saying that he is tough. 63% say he is energetic. 58% say he is effective. He did not stay the whole time at the Super Bowl, but still got back here at about 12:30 last night. Back to you.
And Peter, do we know why the president left early? I think he left at 8 o'clock local time. That probably a security thing, right?
He did leave early, but it seemed like that was pretty much in line with the schedule that we had for him. And in case he didn't have it on the plane, and he's watching right now, Mr. President, you didn't miss anything in the second half.
That's right. And Peter, speaking of the plane, something different yesterday, and you've seen this graphic this morning where the president has signed the shows essentially the Gulf of America has used to be the Gulf of Mexico. What's interesting about that is that the president actually had the traveling press come into his office on Air Force One. That's something new.
It is definitely something that we have not seen since the last time he was president. We have seen photos of Joe Biden and Jill Biden sitting in the chair there in the office, in the cabin on Air Force One. But it is very, very unusual to have the press into that part of the president's plane. He did it last night, and he continues to figure out different ways just to keep getting the word out and to weigh in on pretty much every single topic that you can think of.
Another PR win for the president.
He even found a chance to talk about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah, it turns out President Trump, if anybody was curious, still has a very long memory. He remembers that she endorsed Kamala Harris, and he was really rubbing it in last night when her boyfriend had a terrible game.
He did indeed.
All right, Peter, thank you so much.
Peter Ducey. Like I said, covering a plethora of topics all related to President Trump and how it is unusual for him to hold those little pressers there from, I guess, his office cabin or something they were calling it. But either way, President Trump does as he wishes. He's out here kicking ass, so I'm not mad at it. Next up, we got two videos from the Super Bowl yesterday. First one is President Trump meeting with the family members of the New Orleans terror attack. And then the second one is guy waves a Palestine and Sudan flag during Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. It's something that somebody spotted during the halftime show. Like I said earlier, I haven't heard anybody being that impressed with the halftime show, but seemed like a woke mess, really. But anyways, DEI is dying, so I'm not really worried about it. But either way, like I said, we got a couple clips from the Super Bowl coming up. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about everything Peter Ducey was just talking about. What's up, Breeze by you? Happy freedom to you. Russell, some FEMA admin people need to go to jail. Absolutely. Would they say it was $59 million that they sent to New York City to house illegals? This is Trump's America. This ain't Biden. I don't know what they were thinking. They're going to have to make an example. That's what's going on. Everybody still thinks it's old man Walter asleep at the wheel, but that's not what's happening. What's up, Alistair? Happy freedom to you. Alistair watched the voting the other night. All three won, but the Dems voted for reconsideration to delay an official vote. Interesting. Hopefully they all pass through and get that confirmation. Snooks, the guy with the flag will not be arrested or prosecuted. Well, yeah, I'm sure he wasn't. He was a part of the performance. Supia, a lot, but not too much. I boycotted that shit last night. F the Chiefs and the Philly fans don't deserve Junior. See, I don't know anything about it. I didn't watch any of it. I normally don't. Even when I was younger and it'd be like Super Bowl Sunday or whatever, I just showed up at parties to get drunk and smoke weed. I never paid attention to the game. I've never been interested in sports. And now I'm too damn old to be going to people's Super Bowl parties. I'd rather just work and hang out with my cat. I don't know. That's just me. J-Dog, Trump got a big ovation. Yeah, I did see that. People were happy to see President Trump. I guess he's the first president to ever go to the Super Bowl, so that's something interesting. Zupia probably won't get prosecuted, but he was officially arrested last night. Oh, interesting. I didn't know he was arrested. I thought he was a part of the performance. J-Dog, Super Bowl ads only appealing to the 1%. Ah, that sucks. That makes a lot of sense. I was going to say, this is the first Super Bowl that's happened where I didn't wake up the next day and just have a long list of videos from all the Super Bowl ads that everybody, enjoys and whatever. I haven't seen one Super Bowl ad. And so that doesn't surprise me. It makes sense when you say that the ads were just appealing to the 1%, and now I see why I'm not finding any Super Bowl ads. Metal Mouth, Travis I don't know how to say his last name. Kels? I don't know, whatever. Travis is too good for her. He deserves a better woman. Talking about then Taylor Swift. Well, yeah, nobody wants to date a cereal box. I don't think there's anything appealing about Taylor Swift at all. She must know how to use them hands in that mouth, because she ain't built with anything else. Anyways, moving forward. What's up, Tori? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Pro Gun? Happy freedom to you. Tori, I watched you sneak in the chat, but I got sidetracked. But I want to make sure I said happy freedom to you. What is this? What is this? Alistair, what is this? How you stick my face on this guy so quickly? How did you do that? Goodness, I don't know. That is hilarious. Man, you kick ass, Alistair. Sam, epic. Yeah, it is epic. Damn, I want that on a t-shirt. That's fantastic. J Spray, it's the first Super Bowl you watched in 4 years. Do you think it was worth it, J Spray? Or were you disappointed by it? J-Dog, she has fake boobs? Taylor Swift does? She should spend her money elsewhere. Mary Todd, a little girl planting a potato for Lay's commercial was good. Interesting. I am going to Google that after the live, because I literally have not seen any Super Bowl ads, and if we got a good one, then I'd like to check that out. Thank you for letting me know, Mary Todd. Metal Mouth, that's what I'm saying. Age, show me that ID again. Maxine Waters or whatever her name is. I can't stand her at all. She's like, they got guns? Are they gonna shoot us? No. American people aren't blessed like that. Come on, lady. No, that's stupid. And really, she was pointing at police officers. That's the thing. If you look through the doors where Maxine Waters was pointing, there's a bunch of police officers in there. I mean, big yellow letters, police. She's like, they got guns and they're going to shoot us? I don't know. Are you afraid of police like that? You see an officer and you just assume they're going to shoot you? You need to defund the police? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what it sounds like you're saying. Over there bothering this poor man. He's just trying to do his job. They're all about people doing their job when they're lining up the Gestapo. But this guy, he don't let them into the building and all of a sudden they got a problem with things. What's up, Skulls? Happy freedom to you. I read the NFL banned him from any events and games for a lifetime. Interesting. I'm glad you guys are telling me all of this, because I was under the impression until a few moments ago that guy with the Palestine flag was a part of Kendrick's show. Obviously, I was wrong, but, that's why we're all in this together. Bob Lizard, your cat needs a bigger cubby. How much does he weigh? Klaus Daniels, I think he's about 20 pounds. He's just under 20 pounds. Yeah, big old bowl of Klaus. You see that? The cat-like reflexes. He's trained good. He thought he was being attacked by a communist at first. It wasn't happening, though. He almost pulled out the AR on me. It's all good, though. It's all good. Tactical Klaus there. Liberty Sweetheart, he should live stream Bondi signing the warrants. Yeah, well, all of that stuff should be put up front. When they're holding these elected officials accountable, they should turn it into a whole live streaming event. Show the whole country this is what happens when you sign up to be an elected official and you become corrupt, or you work for an elected official and you're doing sideways deals behind closed doors. Just know when they find you, you will be held accountable. They should make an example out of these people and like you're saying, like, do it live. They should. It would straighten people out. I don't know what your name is. I think it's Orchid. Well, I don't know what to call you. We'll go with Orchid until you correct me. What's up, Orchid? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Shanti? Happy freedom to you. Bob Lizard, are you applying for the White House Press? Yes, I applied for the White House Press Pass credential the day that the applications were accepted. I have not heard back from the White House yet. I've actually considered applying again, and I don't know if I can or can't do that. I assume it won't hurt me. I got like 7 emails, so I could just keep applying, really. But I'm waiting to hear back from the White House. What's up, First Amendment? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kilgar? Happy freedom to you. I don't know what's going on with X. Am I not live on X anymore? The chat is dead. I guess we're still live. If you guys got X, go share out the live so people know that we go live over there. Sam, dude seriously just kept his cool. Yeah, the guy blocking the door from the Democrats, it could have went a million ways, and him not speaking to them is like one of the greatest things he could have ever done, because they like to spin everything, and he was bald and glowing in the dark white. If he'd have said anything kind of reckless to them, they'd have spun that into a whole crazy story. So I think he handled the situation very appropriately. Jay Spray, I thought it was all right for a ball game, and there was some good American commercials. Kendrick had a lot of subliminals too. Interesting. Well, I'm glad it was worth it, Jay Spray. You guys kind of make me want to go back and watch it, see if there's anything worthwhile. It's like I said, I missed the whole deal. Turbo, happy freedom to you. Claus be packing that gat. Yeah, he's a Second Amendment kitty. We work on gun safety every day while we eat steak. Yes. What's up, Biking Cat? Happy freedom to you. Biking Cat, Super Bowl went family friendly because they want to sell to family folks. Yeah. Well, they need to recover because they've been doing crap the last couple of years. All the woke stuff and the political messaging. They need to get away from that and just go back to being entertainment. Democrats and Republicans both like entertainment. If they would keep their political messaging out of it, they could take both parties' money. Like, that's why I don't understand businesses getting in the business of adding politics to their business. Like, yeah, you want to sell to conservatives only, then, go ahead and do the thing. But if you're running a business, I think it's in your best interest to just shut the hell up about politics and just take everybody's money. That's the point of business. So I don't know. I wish the Super Bowl and all of entertainment, right? Not just NFL, but like TV shows, movies, video games. They need to leave politics alone. Unless they are making a game or entertainment that they want exclusively for their gay community or whatever, then go ahead and do that. But if you're just making entertainment and you're in the business of making money, leave the political messages at home. I can't stand trying to leave the real world by being entertained and then turn around there shoving political messages down your throat. And it really kills me because we cover all this damn news. So half the time their political messages are ass backwards and it's propaganda. And that just extra pisses me off. No worries, Liberty Sweetheart. I was just making sure that X was still running. Because normally there's, a couple people in the chat. Appreciate you, Mary Todd. Thank you for sharing out the live on X. Pro Gun, I can't read that out loud, but yeah, we'll definitely cover it. It'll only be on Rumble and jeffmaclive.com. I don't know if I can show consequences for treason anywhere else. Biking Cat, when Republican legislators went to visit the border, we complained that they were not allowed access. Do we have a double standard here? I'm not sure what you're referencing, Biking Cat. Wait a minute. Access to what? We complained that they were not allowed access. I don't remember the situation you're referencing, Biking Cat. But I'm interested to hear it because I've been keeping my eyes open for double standards and stuff like that. And that's why I bring up the, President Trump signing EOs secretly doesn't look good. Now, I don't think he's intentionally doing it secretly, but it looks weird to the normies. I have confidence in President Trump. I voted for President Trump, but we all know what's going on here. Outside of us, right, the normies out there who don't watch the news every day, you got the president signing EOs. There's no announcement for it. There's no video for it. They don't show the live when it happens. The only way you can know what the EO is if you go to the White House website way after it's done and hope to God that they post about it to explain what the EO is that he signed. And they don't even tell you context. They're just like, President Trump signed an EO called this. But you don't know what that means. And that's a problem. It's not a problem for me. It's not a problem for us. We have confidence in President Trump and stuff, unless these titles start looking terrible. That's not a problem. But for the normies, like I said in the beginning of this live, the blue news goes out there and they start lying about what President Trump is doing. The normies have no tools to fight against the lies because there is no evidence of what these EOs are unless you go to the White House website and read the title. There's no description of it. So they need to do something about that before that becomes a bigger problem. Because the last thing we want is the normies getting on the side of the blue news. Like, it's already hard enough just to deal with dummies out there, right? The lefties out here, the blue voters, they're already hard enough to deal with. You get these normies on the side of the blue news, that's going to help Democrats in the midterms. That right there. They're going to really think that President Trump is causing a constitutional catastrophe, like the blue news is saying. They need to get these EOs out in front of everybody. They need to stop doing this stupid shit behind closed doors. That stuff doesn't make any sense to me. They can do a gaggle on Air Force One and talk about how U.S. aid was, bad for us and bad for most of the countries that were receiving it. But you can't show us when an executive order is being signed. Something's wrong with that. And again, I like President Trump. I'm sure he's doing fine by us. But to the normies, I'm worried about that messaging accompanied with blue news that's always lying their face off. Anyways, moving forward here. Like I said, we've got a couple videos here from the Super Bowls. First one's titled, President Trump Meets with Family Members of the New Orleans Terror Attack. Now, I think we're going to play these next two videos back to back because it's all the first one's President Trump. We'll see. Let's get through the first video first. Like I said, this is titled, President Trump Meets with the Family Members of the New Orleans Terror Attack. Now, make sure you hit the thumbs up over on Rumble, as well as the commie tube, and let's get into this. On the left side of the screen there. Secret Service is stressed in those situations. There are so many people. I didn't hear any booing though. So you see blue news saying, oh, President Trump was booed. I didn't hear any booing. That sounds like America loves President Trump. That's what it sounded like to me. Anyways, like I said, we got this next video here. We might as well just play it really quick. It says, guy waves a Palestine and Sudan flag during Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. Now, all the way up until I told you guys about that, I really thought this was a part of the performance. And I would have thought that until you guys corrected me, but he's right in the middle of everything. And so I was like, this guy's got to be a part of this. Like, there's no way he's a rando. He must have, this has got to be done intentionally. But according to you guys, he was arrested and he wasn't supposed to be doing this. But either way, let's go ahead and get through this video and then we'll hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think. Dang, yeah, the clip that I had saw before I grabbed this video, it didn't have all of this. It just showed the guy on stage. That's crazy. All right, well, I'm sure they won't do anything to him. I don't think they do anything to the people who strip naked with it, streakers. I don't think they do anything to streakers either. Yeah, I really thought that guy was a part of the performance, but like I said, when I saw it the first time, it was a short clip, and when I came across that and it said a minute long, I was like, oh, let's grab that. It's a longer video. I didn't realize he got tackled and all that. Good stuff that they actually stopped him. I figured it was a part of the performance. Well, like I was saying, we got one more piece of the news left. This is titled, Democrats Ready to Shut Down the Government if Trump Continues to Dismantle Agencies. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about that dumbass during halftime show, as well as President Trump meeting with the family members of the New Orleans terror attack. What's up, Guess MJ? Happy freedom to you. Snooks, it was Ivanka that was with him? Yeah. Alistair, man, Trump didn't have to sign any of the EOs live. Biden didn't sign shit in the public eye, but yeah, I agree. Well, it's not that I want to tell the president what to do. It's in the perspective of how is the normies going to be influenced by all of this? You know, you got the blue team out there literally saying that he has suspended the Constitution, which is not true in any fashion. But those are verbatim what they're making claims out of. And then, like I'm saying, you got President Trump signing EOs today, but then you don't hear about them. Nobody's talking about it. There's no video of it happening. Well, the normies, they're going to see that and they're going to be like, oh, he really is hiding stuff. Oh, he really is doing secret stuff. He's, you know, and there's nothing there to back him up. And so that is just from that perspective. I'm sure President Trump is doing fine with these EOs and all of that. But I just think about the info wars, you know, the warfare that goes on between words. What's up, Neon Love Machine? Happy freedom to you. Neon Love Machine, I think either one of us would have killed the halftime show. That shit was amateur hour. It did not seem like people really liked the halftime show. I mean, I don't, you know, Kendrick Lamar, I've listened to quite a bit of his music, and, you know, he's a good artist and all of that, but his political messaging is, it is a little bit left-leaning. It is quite left-leaning. And the only song that the mass public knows is the Not Like Us song, which is a Drake diss, which is ironic that it won 5 Grammys. But it seemed like when I watched these videos, it seemed like a lot of people didn't know the words to any of the songs until that song came on. You know why people know that song, the Not Like Us song? Because of TikTok. Because there's so many people on TikTok and they use that audio for their own goofy little videos that they're making to prove, you know, they're not like us and whatever. If it wasn't for TikTok, that wouldn't have won Grammys and people wouldn't know the words to it. But basically, TikTok is what took Kendrick Lamar to the Super Bowl. But to have a rapper that's vulgar and talks about how, you know, the white man's always out to get him and police want to kill him just because he's black, not because of his choices, and then make that guy the Super Bowl halftime show, it's like, it's not going to resonate with people. And then you see the reactions, it's like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. The general public does not listen to Kendrick Lamar. You don't go sit down and eat breakfast at a restaurant and they got Kendrick Lamar playing. You know, now it's better than having Taylor Swift do the halftime show, but Kendrick Lamar, I don't think that was a good choice, but that's just my opinion. I couldn't even understand what he was saying. Well, yeah, and that's because he's a fast rapper, and they do a lot of cleanup with the mixing and mastering of his music because he kind of mumbles when he talks, and he's got an accent from wherever he's from. But like I said, I don't think he's appealing to the general public. He's appealing to people who listen to rap music, like rap music, not hip hop, not pop, but rap music. So if you don't listen to rap music, you probably don't even know who the guy is. You don't know any of the 6 songs that he sung or whatever. Just that one song that's viral because you get to say, oh, they're not like us, which is catchy for sports, right? You're better than them. They're not like us. We're built different. So, of course, that's why they made it the Super Bowl show and that it won a Grammy. You know, it's a Grammy award-winning song. So that makes sense. But they should have just went out and did that song instead of playing 4 or 5 other songs that nobody knew the words to. Like I said, I listened to Kendrick Lamar, and when I was listening to his lineup, there was 3 songs I didn't know any of the words to. So that means the general public definitely didn't know the words to it. So, I don't know. I think they could have did better. Guess who dresses Taylor Swift? All that money and she dresses like a 90s dork. I know. She dresses like she's from Nickelodeon or something. Elder Zoomer, happy freedom to you. I understood like 10 words total. Yeah. What's up, Master Meatball? Happy freedom to you. What's up, GP Noob? God help us if Taylor Chucky's Bride is doing the halftime show. Yeah, yeah. But see, if they'd have put Adele up there or somebody like that, everybody's heard Adele. You may not realize it, but they play that music in elevators and restaurants and lobbies, and it's everywhere. It's on the radio because it's more acceptable to the general public, and that's what they should be doing, is aiming for artists like that to perform at the halftime show, because then the general public's going to want to watch the halftime show and they might enjoy it, and then you get your ratings, and then they're going to show up next year. But no, they're too busy about being woke and all this other stupid shit. This was their last little hurrah. Next time it'll be Kid Rock. Watch. Watch. Next year it's going to be Kid Rock or somebody like that. What's up, Arthur? Happy freedom to you. Bill Clay, most musicians are left-leaning. Yeah, that's true. Happy freedom to you, Bill Clay. Wayward. Happy freedom, Wayward. Kendrick should have brought Drake out with him. That would have been hilarious. Yeah. And they did something weird about the word, the pedo word. Because it says it in the song and they didn't say it. They kind of like screeched over it. So they weren't having the crowd chanting pedo. Wayward, I think his charges were dropped. Yeah, I could see that. What's up, Tree Herder? Happy freedom to you if I can get you all ready. J-Dog, what flag is that? The title says it's Palestine and Sudan. Well, it says like Sudanese or something. I don't know if that's a made-up word or what, but I'm pretty sure it's Sudan. Zero, I like the visuals of the halftime show, but the music was meh. Yeah. Alistair, when you start with F this and F that at a show that they're trying to be more family friendly, you lose the people. Absolutely. Yeah, I think it was just a bad selection for sure. Stoner, they should have had Weird Al play the halftime show. Yeah, see? That would have been much better than Kendrick Lamar. What's up, Zeus Boot? Happy freedom to you. Have Weird Al go up there and do the Amish Paradise and all of that. People, they would love that. What's up, Carson? Happy freedom to you. Biking Cat, I hear that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is actually doing good in protecting us. I need to find out why it's being targeted by Doge. Biking Cat, I haven't heard anything about it being targeted, but maybe they're just investigating it. Because Doge is supposed to investigate all of the agencies. They're supposed to go... They're supposed to overturn every rock and look in every corner, and they're supposed to do that, I guess. Actually, I think they talk about it in this next video, now that I'm thinking about it. They don't talk about the agency specifically, but they talk about some of the agencies that are going to be analyzed next. Sherry, how are they on the field and on the stage? Yeah, Sherry, and that's what made me originally think that they were a part of the show. Because how did they get inside of, how did they get on stage? How did they get within all those dancers and stuff? It was funny to watch them get tackled, though. What's up, Extra Bill? Happy Freedom to you. Extra Bill, halftime show looked like a Tifa riot. Yeah. What's up, Scott? Happy Freedom to you. I guess there was a huge message from the halftime show, but I had to have it interpreted to me to enjoy it. I wonder what the message was. I'll have to look that up, because you're like the second or third person to say that today. I'll have to look it up, because I didn't watch the whole show, so I guess that makes sense that I missed the message, but interesting. What's up, Tyson? Happy Freedom to you. Wasn't a fan of the halftime trash? Nah. Yeah, I think that they could have did better. A lot of people were saying it should have been Lil Wayne. They should have stuck Lil Wayne up there because it's New Orleans and Lil Wayne's from New Orleans. But all the young people think Lil Wayne is lame, and I mean, there's probably a lot of people that think that. But I think Lil Wayne has a lot more songs that have bigger audiences, where most people have heard it. There's a lot of Lil Wayne songs that have hit the top 10 in pop music and stuff like that, so the general public has heard these Lil Wayne songs, and they're old now, but I think that they would have got a better reaction out of having Lil Wayne than having Kendrick Lamar. But like I said before, they need to be striving for artists that have the attention of the general public. The same songs that you hear on the radio, the songs that you hear in restaurants, the songs that you hear when you're at work, like socially accepted music for the work environment. It should be somebody like that, because then when they play the song, everybody knows all the words. And that's how you have all the fun listening to music. You have more fun listening to music that you know all the words to than music you don't know any of the words to. And so, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm biased. Maybe this is easier for me to perceive because I have a college degree in this shit. But I don't know, it just seems like they could have did better. Yeah, Ghostly. Stoner, you think Lil White is better? Lil White's only got like 2 good songs though. He's actually released some new music. I don't know how new it is now. That's funny because I haven't heard of Lil White in a long time. Metal Mouth ICP does better songs than Kendrick Lamar. They could have showed ICP and it probably would have did better than Kendrick Lamar. Bill Clay, Iron Maiden. I don't know any Iron Maiden, but I'm sure they would have had a bigger following too. Hair Juicer Lil White is dope. Yeah, he was making music with artists here in Michigan for a while. Neon Love Machine, Lenny Kravitz, new shit is fire. Should have been Lenny. Really? That's interesting. I will definitely go check that out. I haven't heard of Lenny Kravitz in a very long time. All right, hooligans, we're going to get into this last little bit of the news. And we got the fun stuff coming up, so don't just start dipping out. Okay, this is titled Democrats Ready to Shut Down the Government If Trump Continues to Dismantle Agencies, which tells me that they must have another piggy bank hidden somewhere. USAID must not be the only one. Hit that thumbs up over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
Now to the latest shakeup in U.S. government. Over the weekend, the Trump administration shut down the agency designed to protect consumers from corporate overreach. In fact, employees of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau were told to work from home until the end of the week. President Trump praised Elon Musk's efforts to reshape the federal government. The president now says he will tell Musk to do the same with the American education system, the Pentagon, and the Department of Defense. There is very little that Democrats can do other than file lawsuits.
We're at a point where we are basically on the cusp of a constitutional crisis, seeing this administration taking steps that are so clearly illegal.
Democrats warn they will offer no help to the White House to codify these massive cuts, even if it means shutting down the government.
Now, like I said in the beginning of the live, anytime they get in trouble about government spending, right? They can't budget their money. They tell us, oh, the government's going to shut down. We all start laughing and cheering. We're like, ha, 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 go ahead and shut down. We don't need you anyway, you bastards. And then they traditionally would have KJP come out and go, no, no, no. This is going to hurt you first. If you get welfare, you get any kind of benefits from the government or anything like that, you're going to be the first one out. It ain't going to hurt us. It's going to hurt you, and you should be real scared. I'm like, wait a minute, we should be real scared that you don't know how to budget money correctly? That's bullshit. And so we're always like, do it, shut it down, do it up. Let's see what happens. And they're like, nah, you don't want these problems? You don't want these problems? And then what do? They figure out a budget that sends $20 billion to the Ukraine. And then they're like, oh, we fixed everything. And that's what they do. We just missed a budget situation in like November. And part of that was us waiting. It might have actually been December now that I'm thinking about it. But some of that was restoring hurricane relief to FEMA, because they were telling us the FEMA was out of money, and that's why they're not helping the people in North Carolina. But then they fixed the budgeting, preventing a government shutdown, and they gave money to FEMA for hurricane relief. And then part of that video we covered a little bit ago, Elon found out that FEMA took some of that money and they gave it to border crossers for shelter in New York to pay for 5-star hotels last week during Trump's administration. So Elon's claiming that what they're doing is, bullshit and all of that's illegal. But they were celebrating, oh, we averted a government shutdown, everything's going to be okay. Well, now Doge is sticking their eyes in all these little dark places, and they're finding out that the USAID building is like money laundering and a piggy bank for the Democrats. And now the Democrats are saying, if you keep looking for all of our dirt, we're going to shut down the government. Wait a minute, I thought shutting down the government was bad. I thought that was what President Trump was going to do. That sounds like you're interfering with our democracy. What happened to that? Just out the window? Just, you don't like what's happening, so you're going to shut the whole government down? I don't even know what that looks like. Who gave them that much power? What, they're going to not go to work one day and everyone's going to be upset? I highly doubt it. We're begging for term limits. Don't go to work. Don't go. Let somebody else take that seat, because you guys ain't doing shit worth anything anyways. Anyways, like I said, that is all the news I have for you, hooligans. We're going to do an unboxing here in a second, because I'm pretty sure Klaus Daniels got some gifts for his birthday. His birthday was last Friday. He's a 3-year-old hooligan cat now. And he's got some presents here that we're going to open up. After we do the unboxing, we're going to cover our 2 funny videos of the day. The first one's titled, A Good Boy Doing a Good Job. And our official funny video of the day titled, Slinging Them Eggs. All of this is coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about the Democrats threatening to shut the government down. Russell, they still have weapons manufacturing complex, tons of kickbacks out there. I believe in President Trump, they're going to look in all of that stuff. So maybe that is what they're worried about. There's more piggy banks out there for Doge to find. We should be scared because you'll stop stealing from us? Bah humbug. Yeah, exactly. Alistair, CEO of an executive branch, has the final say in searching for overreach, fraud, and overspending. How can it be legal? Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting, though. It makes it exciting to see what's going to happen next. You be careful out there, 10 Man. Yeah, me too, 10 Man. I feel the same way. Metal Mouth, it would not bug me in the least. That's how I feel too. Metal Mouth, they need to audit every 3-letter agency in the Pentagon. Well, Doge is supposed to go through the Pentagon and a bunch of other stuff. It'll be interesting to see what they find. HBIC, shut it down. Do it. That's what I'm saying. Happy freedom, HBIC. What's up, Go Trumpy? Happy freedom to you. Trump will have an easy job of firing them and restarting it. I agree. What's up, Tony Brez? Happy freedom. Go Trumpy, that judge in New York needs to be arrested immediately. Yeah. All these corrupt politicians and judges and everybody else, anybody connected to Soros or protecting illegals or money laundering or any of that, the leakers, the people who are leaking information, all those people need to be held accountable. Ah, you're a badass stoner. Master Meatball, the Dems shut it down. Everyone will see the Dems as the problem. Well, it's about time. It's about time that everyone sees the Democrat leaders are the problem. Hey, thank you for being here, Zupia. Yeah, you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for being here with us, Viola. White guy, the door only swings their way. Yeah. Well, and they're proving it. You know, going out there and screaming and crying about dumb shit, and they can't even explain it. They can't even explain what the USAID building is. Why is it good? Out of all this news that's coming out saying all the bad stuff that they were doing with the money, useless reasons they were spending money. We covered it Saturday, I think it was. We went through a bullet point describing all this money, sending money to Al Qaeda and stuff like that. Like, why? Why are we doing that? And Democrats can't even explain it. They're just out there pissing and moaning. And the same thing about the DOE. They're in the front of the Department of Education. Well, what do you guys need to go in there for? Cuz? Oh, just cuz? No, I guess it's fine if you stand outside then. You know, they can't explain it. They just don't want people checking in their pockets. And that's what's going on. Sherry, I'm loving the money being exposed. I agree. Sherry, so many of the Dems need to be gone. And who voted for AOC and Waters? I'm pretty sure they got constituents that vote for them, but I'm not exactly sure because I mean, I don't never see AOC campaigning or Maxine Waters. I've never seen her campaign for anything. I've never seen her on a stage anywhere. She always ends up in the middle of the bullshit, though. Protesters out in the street, she just shows up and starts calling for blood to spill. I'm like, hold up. She's never held accountable for the stuff that she says. She always goes out there and goes, we need to fight in the streets. What do you mean? You're 115 years old. You ain't going to be out there fighting in the streets. What the hell are you talking about? You're just egging on stupid young normies. That's what it is. What's up, Harley Davidson? Happy freedom. So is this about FEMA breaking the law? FEMA sent $59 million to shelter illegals in New York last week. And Elon made a post about it, raising awareness to it, saying, yeah, they are absolutely breaking the law. Liberty Sweetheart, we should live stream all the executive orders to show the how ethical the admin is. Stark contrast from the Biden term. Well, I have been Liberty Sweetheart, but the problem is now they're not showing it live. And that's an issue. Breeze by you, useless and treasonous things, so bad. Absolutely. Guess if you find our stash, we'll shut the government down. That's exactly what they're saying. They should have worded it just like that. It's so accurate. White guy housing illegals while people in North Carolina have been without a home for months. Yeah, have to go through the winter season living in a tent. While illegals are in 5-star hotels, turning them into brothels and drug dens. Oh, thank you for letting me know, Jeffro.
We make some of the finest cars in the world, and some companies prohibit us.
As far as I know, this is President Trump live right now.
They sell us cars, they send cars to us, and we don't do that. We charge nothing or 2.5%, and they'll be charging 100%. They'll be charging much more than that if you look at some of them. So I think those days are over. But we'll be announcing on other things such as cars. We got some other things we'll be doing. But the biggest thing is reciprocal. We want tariffs to be fair. If they charge us, we charge them.
Tomorrow, the reciprocal tariffs?
We'll be doing reciprocal over the next, I would say, 2 days, don't you think? 2 days, yeah, maybe.
Mr. President, the Australian Prime Minister has said that you are considering an exemption from Australia on steel. Is that correct? And why?
I just spoke to him, very fine man, and he has a surplus. I mean, we have a surplus with Australia, one of the few. And the reason is they buy a lot of airplanes. They are rather far away, and they need lots of airplanes. And we actually have a surplus. It's one of the only countries which we do. And I told him that that's something that we will give great consideration to.
And would you consider one for the UK as well?
Well, we have a huge deficit with the UK. Big difference.
You don't have a deficit with Argentina. Is that country also going to be excluded?
We have a deficit, with a little deficit with Argentina. We almost with every country, but Australia, because of the airplanes, they buy a lot of airplanes. There's a little bit of a surplus.
Mr. President, if other countries retaliate,
I don't mind.
What is your plan for example, farmers? Last term, you...
Well, the farmers are going to be helped greatly. Yeah, the farmers are going to be helped greatly because they're not going to be dumping everything into our country. This will be a great bill for farmers. And in terms of retaliation, if they retaliate, it's, as I said, it's reciprocal. So if they raise it a little bit, then we raise it automatically. So I don't think it helps for them to retaliate. But also remember this, they can't really retaliate because we're the piggy bank. We're the piggy bank. But if we don't do this, we won't be the piggy bank for long. We won't be much of a country.
Mr. President, you see that report, sir, that Hamas was going to stop releasing Israeli hostages, and what was your reaction?
I think it's terrible. Look, I looked at the hostages that came in, and they're emaciated. It looked like something out of the 1930s. It's an absolute disgrace. And I think they saw the way the world viewed it, and they're looking for a reason not to send more because they're all, you take a look at that, it looked like it was a concentration camp, which essentially it was. It looks like they came out of the Holocaust. And what a sad thing. One of them was a young man, good-looking guy, a little bit heavier than perhaps he could have been, and now he looks like he's not even recognizable. Not even recognizable.
Is the ceasefire deal at risk of falling apart?
Look, I can tell you that those people have been badly hurt, both mentally and physically. I'm talking about the young women that came out also previously. And I think one of the reasons they're doing this is because they're probably sending the best. What you see is probably the best because they want to send people that look at least healthy. And that's not healthy. These people have been badly hurt. They've been interviewed by our representatives. They've been interviewed by Israeli representatives, and they're really hurting. They are really hurting mentally and physically. And I think Hamas is looking at that and saying, well, it's not going to get much better than that because they probably send out their best as a representative, and they've got more to send out, and they probably feel that they can't do that because it's not going to make them look very good.
Is the ceasefire delay that, sir? Should the ceasefire then be off?
Well, I would say this, and I'm going to let that because that's Israel's decision, but as far as I'm concerned, if all of the hostages aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock. I think it's an appropriate time. I would say cancel it and all bets are off and let hell break out. I'd say they ought to be returned by 12 o'clock on Saturday, and if they're not returned, all of them, not in drips and drabs, not 2 and 1 and 3 and 4. Nasty woman, despite her phony beer commercial. We did the right thing. That was a very important thing to get rid of. And it was also a waste. Number one, it was a bad group of people running it, but
I am on the official page, so I don't understand what that is. Give me a second here. Let me find another source. Weird. See, this right here is what I'm saying. The White House needs to go live and not do things this way.
And, you know, the amazing thing, the Democrats are still fighting for it. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think we should go to Congress also, have that cemented and, you know, make it indelible. But we, you know, it's, to me, it's all common sense. Who wants an open border where prisons are dumped into our country, where prisoners are let into our country, many of whom are murderers, many of whom murdered far more than one person, and they're now roaming our country? Who wants that? I mean, it's terrible. Steve, I'd like you to say a couple of words about it.
Yes, well, as you know, Mr. President, since you issued your day one executive orders, border crossings are down approximately 95%. You talk to agents on the line. In their entire careers, they've never seen crossing days as low as what they're experiencing right now. The cartels, in fact, are enormously frustrated because they've never seen a clampdown like this before in American history. There are people who were working at Border Patrol back when it was at INS in the 80s and 90s. They've never seen a day like this. That's because you've mobilized the 10th Mounted Division, the Marines, the entire U.S. military. They're erecting physical miles of barrier, temporary and ultimately permanent, every single day. You have all of your border agents pushed to the front line. They're not doing the humanitarian processing, quote unquote, that Biden was doing. They're doing law enforcement and national security. They're interdicting weapons and drugs. They're interdicting violent, high-threat criminals. And the U.S. military is repatriating illegal immigrants at a pace and a skill that has never occurred before in American history. And those who are committing human trafficking and child trafficking are being prosecuted for felony offenses, and they'll be doing hard time in jail. There's never been a lockdown like what you have implemented through your orders and vision since you took the oath of office.
What's your thoughts on Doge? Wednesday at 10 a.m. we're having our first subcommittee focus on the fraud in Medicare.
Yeah, before I discuss that, I just want to add to what Steve said. And we want people to come into our country, but we want them to come in legally. They have to go through a process. And we have to know that they haven't killed 9 people, or they haven't killed, like in one case, five people. And they're out on the loose, and we're all looking for that particular individual. This was all led in by Biden and the group of stupid people. Bad people and stupid people. Some are bad, some are stupid, some are both. But I'll tell you what they've done to this country. But we're cleaning it up. And hard to believe I can say it. It'll be better than ever before. But we have a lot of bad people we have to get at. We're searching out for a lot of them. I think Tom Holman and Christie are doing an unbelievable job. Christie, no. They're doing an unbelievable job. They're taking out massive numbers of people. And you notice every country is accepting those people back. Remember, everyone said, oh, they'll never accept them. They're all taking them back. They have to. They're all taking them back. Every single country is taking them back. I don't know if they want them or not. I don't imagine they do, but they're taking them back.
Are you going to talk to Zelensky this week?
Mr. President, back on Gaza, you talked with Fox News about the billions of dollars we pay for Jordan and Egypt every year. Would you withhold aid to these countries if they don't agree to take in the Palestinians?
Yeah, maybe. Sure. Why not? You mean if they don't agree? If they don't agree, I would conceivably withhold aid. Yeah.
Are you going to talk to Prime Minister Netanyahu about the Saturday deadline?
Sure. I mean, it's just my deadline, but yes, they may change it. But I think it's. I've seen too many people come out. They look like Holocaust victims from many years ago, I've never said anything like it. I didn't think this could happen in this world today. You know, we think we have a civilized world. It's not civil. These are bad people we're dealing with. So that would be my suggestion. And he can open it up or not open it up, but that would be my. Do you have anything to say about that? Your commerce, but you have a lot to say from the standpoint of your faith and your religion. Go ahead.
So it's amazing that 4 years of nothing, and then you come in and you immediately start to move the needle. You have hostages coming out. You send Steve Witkoff, who's done an amazing job for you. You're changing the Middle East. You're supporting your ally, Israel. And I, for one, can't be more impressed with the outcomes that you have driven. And choosing this Saturday to save people's lives or just be done with it seems like just the right choice.
But I think it's time to come up with a date.
Totally.
What are we going to do? Keep every week 2 people, 3 people? No, I don't think you can do that anymore. These are very seriously endangered people. These are endangered people. I don't think they're going to last very long. You know, the people that came out yesterday, they wouldn't last very long.
Were you ruling out any U.S. involvement in whatever happens after this deadline?
We'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens.
Will you talk with Zelensky this week, sir?
Yeah, probably.
By telephone, what's your message?
He wants to make a deal. Let's see. We'll see. We're dealing with him, and I think they both want to make a deal, but we'll have to see. It's got to be done.
What is Zelensky?
Would have never happened if I were president. This would never have happened. Millions of people are dead.
What will Zelensky have to give up, if anything?
We'll talk about that later. Because
your reaction to a judge today continuing a pause on the buyout program for federal workers?
Well, I don't know how you can lose a case like that. We're talking about people, you know, everybody. I got elected on making government better, more efficient, and smaller. And that's what we're doing. And I think it was a very generous buyout, actually. Also, if people don't show up to work, we have a right to fire them. And they have an option. They can show up to work or not. If they don't want to show up to work, then let them work. Because then the next step is, have you worked before? Have you worked during this time that you're supposed to be working? You'll find many of those people, in my opinion, have had other jobs, even though they're collecting money from the federal government. Many have had, in my opinion, other jobs. And if they did, that's a big problem.
If the buyouts are blocked in court, will you instead pursue layoffs in federal departments?
I don't know how they can do. This is free will. This is a buyout where people, you know, they were offered a good deal. Many people have taken that, as you know. But, you know, many of those people, and we talk about reporting to work, right? I happen to be a believer that you have to go to work. I don't think you can work from a home. I don't know. It's like there's a whole big, you can work from home. Nobody's going to work from home. They're going to be going out. They're going to play tennis. They're going to play golf. They're going to do a lot of things. They're not working. It's a rare person that's going to work. You might work 10% of the time, maybe 20%. I don't think you're going to work a lot more than that. And I think they have an obligation to work. And they have an obligation not to have a second job when they're supposed to be working for the federal government. You're going to find that a lot of these people had second jobs instead of working they'll be collecting a federal government check and they'll be working 2 jobs. And that's big trouble for them.
You've said a lot about South Africa in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's hosting the G20 summit this year. Are you planning to attend this, or are you skipping it and telling your cabinet to not?
Well, we'll see what happens, but the South African situation is very, very dangerous and very bad for a lot of people. There's tremendously bad things going on, including the confiscation of property, and worse, much worse than that. You know what I'm talking about. And we're not making any payment until we find out what's going on in South Africa. Yes,
what's next for General Kellogg going to Ukraine this week, sir, or soon?
Yeah, it is Keith Kellogg. General Kellogg is an excellent guy, and he's spending time doing various things. We have numerous people working on numerous different problems. You know, when I left office, wasn't long ago, a little more than 4 years ago, we had no wars, we didn't have problems. Now we got the whole world is blowing up, but we'll put out the fires.
You've been talking to Vladimir Putin. Are you trying to set up a meeting with him?
Well, I can't tell you what I'm talking about, but we are talking as a group also. I think he'd like to make a deal, but it takes 2 to tango.
And so, I mean, you can't give us any more clarity on whether you personally have spoken to.
I don't want to talk about it. No, I don't want to talk about it. It's not going to help you to know. But we would like to get a deal done if possible. Only because, in my case, save lives. You know, we're much further away. Remember, we have an ocean separating. They don't. Europe should be paying what we're paying. And Europe has done it more in the form of a loan than with us. We just give it. You know, Biden gives it because he's not a smart individual, not a very smart individual. We have people over there today who are making a deal that as we give money, we get minerals and we get oil and we get all sorts of things, because why are we doing this? And all this money, we're in for maybe 350 billion and Europe's in for 100 billion. And Europe's in really as a form of a loan. In theory, they get that money back. In theory, they get interest on their money. It's a whole different ballgame. And Biden is the one that started doing this. Every time Zelensky came here, he walked away with $60 to $100 billion. I think he's one of the greatest salesmen who have ever lived, by the way.
Can you discuss your intentions with the Kennedy Center, which you're now board chair of?
So we took over the Kennedy Center. We didn't like what they were showing and various other things. And I had a lot of the board members already, as you know, and we have some that will be replaced. But we have, I guess, a whole new group of people going in. I have Rick Grinnell, who's got some experience in that world. He's very good. Going to be handling it on a temporary basis. I think he'll do a great job, but we're going to get some great professionals. I'm going to be chairman of it, and we're going to make sure that it's good and it's not going to be woke. There's no more woke in this country. This woke has cost us a fortune and cost us our reputation, but the reputation's coming back very, very rapidly. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. The penny is gone.
Go. Penny's gone. Is the nickel next?
What about the dime?
What about anything? Good luck. The penny is gone. The penny cost this government a lot of money.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that was President Trump there, and I am pretty inclined to believe that that was live. There was speculation in the chat if that was live or if it's from earlier today and all this other shit. But the reality of it is that right there just proves my point that it's important for the White House to show the damn executive orders so we don't have to search all over the internet and decide if what we're watching is live, if it's from today, is it from last week, who knows. It wouldn't be that way if the White House would actually show the damn lives of the signing of the executive orders. So like I had spent the whole time not even listening to what he was saying because I had to research to see if it was actually live. Now, as far as I could tell, it was live, and that was from today. Based on the tie he was wearing, I haven't seen him sitting there signing executive orders wearing that tie yet, and I just went and looked through a bunch of videos and shit. So as far as I know, that was live. That was the EOs from today. Now, what did he sign? I have no idea. I have no idea what he signed. I don't even know half of what he said because I had to do all this damn research. But like I said, it just proves my point that it is important for them to actually show these executive orders being signed instead of doing it behind closed doors and just praying to God that the news actually tells the people what happened. And instead, you know what happens. Blue team, their news, goes out there and spins lies. And there's nobody fighting against it because the White House, they're not showing this stuff live. So, I don't know. Try to do my best to cover President Trump live, but it is a pain in the ass when their media department is not functioning at the White House. Either way, like I said, we got fun stuff coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about President Trump speaking live. Man, we couldn't take 4 more years of bullshit. I agree. Snooks and show it on the White House news site. Yeah. Well, and I wonder if the White House has up what the executive orders were. They did add onto the website. They now have a contact page on the White House website where you can actually contact them. You can send them an email. That is interesting. I don't see anything about executive orders. So the information's not on the White House website yet, or at least I couldn't find it in the little 2 minutes there I just took to try and find it. They need to do a little bit better about releasing this information to us. It shouldn't be so messy. And it's the media's fault. It's not like it's Trump's fault. I doubt Trump even knows how to work half of this stuff, right? It's not up to him to run the media. It's up to him to snap his fingers and be like, do better. He needs to do that. Snooks, I feel that the White House has some reason for this, but it's odd. Yeah, and I think it's gonna hurt the way the American people see him. You got this big, hungry blue news out there constantly, 100% of the time, demonizing him. And every time he slips up or he misspeaks, they're always out to get him. We all know that. So it's like, why are they not lifting a finger to do a better job about these press briefings coming out of the White House? Like, that is not helping them. Metal Mouth Claus disappeared. Yeah, he had to do a parameter check. What's up, Tiger Jaw? Happy freedom to you. Tiger Jaw, now get to stepping. Go Trumpy, send them an email and tell them your thoughts. Yeah, I'm going to after the live. I'm going to pull up a tab so I can remember. And be like, hey, you guys make my job suck. Can you do something about that? You're making my life harder than it should be. He's like, will we close the border? Yeah, but can you go live when you send these executive orders? I'm tired of looking around. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. Harley Davidson, it just happened last night. There probably isn't any news covering it yet. What's up, Samson? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Crab Nebula? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dennis? You think Tulsi just got confirmed? Well, let me see. There's nothing in the news. Congratulations. 28 seconds ago. Congratulations. Tulsi Gabbard, the U.S. Senate has voted 52-46 to end the debate on Tulsi Gabbard's nomination for the Director of National Intelligence, moving to a confirmation vote where she is expected to be confirmed. Tulsi Gabbard is going to get the confirmation. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you for letting me know, Dennis. What's up, Moosey? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ink? Happy freedom to you. Bob Lizard, have you applied to work at the White House? You could be in charge of part of the media. I applied for press credentials, but I haven't applied for a job or anything like that. I'd most likely have to move to DC, and well, I can't do that. I have responsibilities here. What's up, Patrol? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Robert? Happy freedom to you. Well, I will try and figure out what executive orders he signed today, and we will talk about it tomorrow during Coffee with Hooligans. It's hard to find anything right now, especially during the live. Obviously, he signed something today. All right, Hooligans. We're going to go ahead and move forward. Like I said, we got the fun stuff coming up. We're going to do an unboxing here for Klaus Daniels. And then we got funny videos of the day. We starting off here. This is from Elisa. Let's see how fast we can get Klaus Daniels back up in here. Let's see what he got. What is this? Some cat toys. I don't know how I'm going to show it on the live. This is what it looks like. I'll find a picture in just a moment. Badass. Thank you so much, Elisa. Klaus Daniels is going to love it. And then we got... This is from Gloria. Let's see here. This kitty laser light. Now, as far as oh, here we go. Here's a demonstration there. Shines the laser so I don't have to. This is to keep Klaus fierce and healthy. Then we got this. Whoa. Yeah. Which there's no image, but it's actually a giant scratch post. Like I said, I'll show you guys the pictures, but thank you so much, Gloria. You Hooligans are the best. Making sure Klaus is a happy cat. Now, like I said, all of this, I assume, is for Klaus's birthday. His birthday was on Friday. And it's a 3-year-old baby Klaus now. Thank you, Hooligans, for sending Klaus birthday presents. You guys are the best. All right, let me see. I'm going to grab some pictures really quick so you guys can see what it is that Klaus just got. So this is the toy he got. Oh, hold on a second. God only knows what you can see. Anyways. Oh, which way? There we go. Anyways, like I was saying, this is the toy that Klaus got. Hangs in the doorway there. Will keep him entertained. And then that's the laser light and the scratch post. Once again, thank you, Hooligans, so much for sending Klaus gifts for his birthday. We're going to get into our funny videos of the day, but before we do, we'll go ahead and finish this off. Now, Josh1776 did send me 12 days of chapstick, and we cracked all the chapstick open. All we got left is the skin protectant, which I don't really know what that is, but we're going to go ahead and crack them open. Oh, this, I guess, technically is... What is this? Okay, they lied. They lied, I guess. This, which I thought was a skin protectant, instead is milk chocolate chapstick, which is badass. What a nice surprise. So we will wait, and we'll crack another one tomorrow. Thank you so much, Josh1776. What a surprise. I've never seen milk chocolate before. Badass. All right, Hooligans. Like I said, we're going to get into our funny videos here. This first one's titled, A Good Boy Doing a Good Job. Now, before we get into this, I'm going to remind you, Hooligans, really quick, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use that Linktree link in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Like I said, we're going to get into our funny videos here. Let me get this pulled up. Load, Discord. What are you doing? Is this the thing? Yeah, this is the thing. Okay. Like I said, this one is titled A Good Boy Doing a Good Job. What a good boy. All right, getting into our official funny video of the day. Get this pulled up. This is a pretty good one. This is titled Slanging Them Eggs.
You got the money? I got $5. I can give you 1 brown or 2 white.
Can't even make an omelet with that.
You can't even make an omelet with that.
This is insane.
Look, I'm trying to run a business here. You want to wet your beak or what?
Fine. What else you got? I'm on a budget.
I got non-GMO. I got cage-free. See this little freak right here? It's a double cage. That's when they put it in 2 cages. The cruelty brings out the flavors like you wouldn't believe. Right in there? That's a Cadbury egg from Easter. Half melted, I'll give you half off. Man with $5 ought to jump on that deal.
Okay.
Really putting on a show.
All I have is $4.
You're an adult man. You have $4. One of these is Canadian cheese. All right, look. 2 whites. You got it. Let's get the hell out of here, okay? Thank you. Shit, cops, get out of here.
Looks like foul play. Can we get a description?
Afraid not, sorry. It's just a couple of whites. They scrambled.
Got the stuff.
You got the money?
The scream. Like CSI Miami or whatever. Love that. Anyways, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. And drop this Linktree link in the chats. We're going to read through, and then we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. So let me drop this link really quick, and we will be moving forward. Come on, thing. There we go. All right, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you would like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links right there while watching the live. I'm trying to think. Like I said, it's the best way to experience the live. You will also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, which is to encourage open discussion. You'll have access to the arcade, which is full of games that is a ton of fun. And you'll also have access to our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chat that gives you guys the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling, and more. Definitely go join jeffmaclive.com. It's the place to be and the home of the hooligans. So definitely go get yourself a membership. We're going to read through the chat really quick and see what you hooligans think about today's coffee, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Awesome, Josh1776. I grabbed that tracking number. I think tomorrow or the next day it should be here, but I appreciate you, Josh. Musky Boss, happy freedom to you. Awkward fertilizing Cadbury eggs. Yeah. Yeah, I bet it is. I appreciate you, Hill. What's up, Winston? Happy freedom to you. Excellent. Too old to care. Mm-hmm. Thank you, hooligans, for all the birthday wishes for Claus Daniels. He had a fantastic birthday. Gave him a bunch of treats and stuff. Donna Sparks sent him a 30-pack of Fancy Feast for Christmas and Thanksgiving, I think it was. So he's got a whole stash of Fancy Feast. Ghostly, Jeff's about to leak the feet pics live. I'm not sure what you guys were able to see. It was a scary moment there. I lucked out, really. I lucked out. Thank you, Sage Pup. I appreciate you being here with us. Thank you, MU. Thank you, Viola. Thank you, Bob Lizard. Appreciate you being with us. Love you too. What's up, Dixie Loaf? Happy freedom to you. You got the same kitty laser light? Interesting. I will. I'm sure Claus will love it. All right, I think we are good to go. Go ahead, jump over here to do the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, hooligans, you know the deal. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Sitting here kicking a chapstick across the floor. It's everywhere. Chapstick everywhere. I am stocked up. All right, hooligans. Like I was saying, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. We will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I will do my best to cover the lives, but as I've been bitching about all day, it is very hard to keep up with President Trump because the White House does no justice at showing us what he is doing live. So I will do my best to keep up with it. Hopefully we'll be able to capture him live and actually have a schedule for it. We'll see how it goes. But like I said, Coffee with Hooligans will be at 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. We're going to read through one last time just to make sure no hooligans are left behind, but we're wrapping her up. Thank you, 10 Man. Thank you, Breeze by You. I hope you have a great night as well. Thank you, Too Old to Care. Appreciate you being with us. What's up, Turbo Goat? Happy freedom. All right, I think we are good to go. All right. Like I said a million times already, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. We will try to capture President Trump live as it happens. I always check the schedule. He's got the presidential public schedule, but doesn't mean that they're actually going to go live. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe they'll give us a press briefing tomorrow. But either way, make your way back to us tomorrow around 3 p.m. Eastern time. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Go out there and enjoy the rest of your night. Go get you some food. That's what I'm going to be doing. Yes, like I said, make your way back to us tomorrow. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting to tell you guys. I don't know what it is. We did the thing. I got to figure out eggs. When I get a chance, I'll drive back to Walmart and see what the egg deal is and let you guys know. Other than that, go enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate all of you guys being here. And there is something lingering. So expect a post. I'm going to remember at some point. Either way, huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.